Good morning, everybody. How's everybody doing? Oh, this hot chocolate got cold. Just drinking my hot chocolate. I wait for everyone to get notified that I'm live, and you can just roll on through. And let me check the YouTube on my phone, make sure I am live. Yeah, I think it's feeding good. Okay, hey Sam, good to see you. We were looking for you, and then hey Mike. Sorry, Mike Willie. Sorry. Excuse me, I'm not seeing clearly. Put my glasses on. We're looking for you. And then you as soon as we start asking around, then you popped up. So I guess you took some time off, which is fine. But we were worrying about you. Unless you were in the bushes. Maybe you were in the bushes. My throat has a frog in it. I'm not sick, but something definitely. Make sure I cover my neck. Morning, Tammy. How are you? Hey, G Mama. Um, cover my neck because something going on in these streets. I was sick, last month, a month and a half ago, for about a day and a half. But I don't know what's going on. The weather change. Maybe I don't know. It's not the weather change because maybe it's I'm not sleeping very well, so maybe that's also affecting my me feeling sick. But not today. I'm gonna make sure. I had a hot drink. So I had a hot chocolate already. I'm having the rest that was in the pot, but it's cold. I thought it would stay warmer longer, but it did not. How's everybody doing? It's cold over here. It's raining. Well, it's not cold, but for you all, it would be cold. We're not used to it. Hey, morning, Bama. Let me see what Psalms is saying here. Whoops. I was off all October. It hard to keep up with everyone every day. So yeah, you need a break. I figured as much, but we're just wondering. Okay, it's been a while. Um, is everything okay? Okay, someone's saying my lurkers are telling me stop tapping the table. Maybe the mic is picking it up. Making sure you're okay, just in case. But yeah, you do need a break, and it's hard to keep up with everybody. It is. Good morning, Devil Dog. It's hard to keep up with everybody on this platform. You do your best. Sometimes you circle back every couple of weeks or couple of months. You circle back and you go on their channel and you watch. You binge and watch a couple of videos. But it is hard to keep up. Anyone who says that they can watch everybody is lying. It's not easy, especially when a lot of people go live and that's like an hour or two each time. So thanks for all for coming to my lives, but yeah, it's hard to keep up with everybody, and especially if you have other hobbies, it's difficult. So yeah, I know the feeling. It's hard, and yeah, I'm trying to learn other skills and go into other communities and learn. So it's hard to keep up with everybody. But yeah, hit that like button, and today is just about. I'm just feeling cold and wet, and it's raining again. It's kind of muddy. Good morning, all patriot. Sorry, AR. I think my eyes are just like. Excuse me if I'm reading things wrong. And then I have to lean in. It's like, nah, man. Oh, AR patriot. Good to see you. And okay, I got everybody. I got a weird letter in the mail, which is right here. So it's a letter to the occupant of my address. I've been here for a few years. Sorry, my throat. Sorry. And it's a firm, something shareholder, and has been retained by this insurance company to contact holders in an effort to provide them with important financial information regarding unclaimed cash entitlements. This is for the previous owner and or a lady's name. I don't know if that was his wife or whatever. I don't know. I know that the man's name because I know when I bought the place that was the name on the documents. So they're asking for assistance in contacting the holder listed below. I guess they're just doing a desperate attempt to find if we have any contact information for them. I don't. Maybe, you know. And good morning, Tamika. What did I? No, it's not a well, no, it's not a scam, but I guess they can't find this person. Now, could I find this person? No. All I could do is refer them to the real estate agent that the person used when I bought this place, and maybe they can kind of find a number, but that's not my job. They got connections, they can figure that out. But what got me is that it says on here, if you can confirm the status or whereabouts of this individual, or if you do not know who the person in question may be, please contact. If I don't know who this person is, why am I calling you? And giving their hours and their 1-800 number. Are you an idiot? If I don't know who the person is and have no information, why would I be calling you to tell you, hi, I don't know who this person is and the information? And you label the letter to the occupant, so you don't even have my name. So why am I going to be giving you my name, potentially, or my phone number? Unless I call block number, but still. And they have all kind of AI to have your voice. No. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. I'm not, yeah, make your coffee. It don't sound too right. I know people are looking for people, but you got a way to find people. You can check the sale records. I'm sure you can go to the title. Like, there's a protocol you can follow when you have the authority and to find a person regarding unclaimed cash settlements. I'm pretty sure you can figure out. And I think when we sell the house, I'm just thinking back because it's been a while since I've done anything like that. I don't know if they ask for your SIN number. I think they ask for your social security number. So I'm sure you can kind of track them down somehow that way. No, I'm not answering that letter. I'm just telling you guys what I got in the mail. Maybe you all had something similar. Yeah, and it's been 5 years, but they can backtrack for sure. I'm not yeah. And what I've been getting a lot lately, and it's never happened till recently, I'm getting you would get those emails from the post office, oh, we have a package for you, and it's a fraud because they don't email you unless they have you put down your email for alerts, and I wasn't expecting anything. Now they're texting me to click on this link. I blocked the number. The only one carrier that had my phone number was a particular carrier when I was getting my juicer, and you put in your number on the website if you want. And don't look at my nails. I'm missing like both 6 fingers. The polish peeled off. I have to go do them again. And I put my cell phone number in there to get alerts. So no other company really has my number, and that's just for that shipment. Doesn't mean you come now and email me and text me for foolishness. So I blocked the number. I got another text from the post office. We can't deliver your package because of missing address information. And it wants me to click a link. I blocked the number again. I got quite a few text messages from companies, random companies, regarding some foolishness, and I had to block their number. I'm trying to see how they worded it. So if you get text messages, especially the elders, because I think everything is legit. No, it's not legit. I blocked the number, but it's not showing me in my history anymore. I think it. Yeah, I blocked them immediately. And there's another number saying hello and waving. So I blocked that number. And part of it is also, the problem was, I think I put my number on AliExpress for some shipment that I got from the red country. And then they started texting me sale stuff. Hey, morning, Fifi, sale stuff. I'm like, listen, I was getting an update on that one shipment. I didn't give you permission to start texting me sales and products that you're selling also. So I blocked that number as well. They gone too far. Don't put your phone number nowhere. Don't put it nowhere. Yeah, 4 this one. Hold on, let me see. The one that was not deleted was somebody waved to say hi. I don't need you to say hi. 331 area code. Um, some weird, something weird. And I also have to. I'm gonna complain. I was checking my tree again. I got a tree. I got fig tree, so I have four now. But I think it's my Chicago Hardy or the brown turkey, one of the two. Tell me what you guys think. I don't like the tree. Most of the trees that I got and I see you guys getting are like sticks. And then when you plant it or it's already planted, it's like, maybe a 3 foot stick and it's growing vertically. The one that I have, it's like an octopus. It's just like horizontal legs. I'm the center of the tree, and then there's just arms sticking out. They're not going up, they're going across. So it's like the tree's gonna grow weird. So I'm gonna email the nursery, say, listen, I don't like this tree. I don't think you guys trained it to go. Well, everyone has your number. Well, if you're like G Mama, she has a burner phone. She has a burner phone. But what I was hearing is that if you put your number on everything, especially your email, a lot of things now text you a confirmation number when you're logging in, and hackers can just text. I don't know. They do something trickified. I can't. Don't ask me how. And they text a number, get a verification code because they can use like a fake server to have the text come to them and then get access to your emails and other things and log into your accounts. I don't know how true that is, but at this point, I gotta have to be more careful because I'm getting texts from people I didn't even shouldn't have my number. They shouldn't have my number. So I'm just blocking people, blocking left, right, and center. Get a burner. Yes, I'm saying you got a. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, G Mama's the legit man. I'm like, she has a burner phone. I need. Yeah, well, of course, the cell company has my cell number. Oh, my throat's getting a little sore. Ooh, that hurt. Yep, I can't get sick. But some weird phone numbers. I'm getting weird calls. What else happened? So I don't like that fig tree, guys. Is that normal? You have to prune the fig to shape it. New growth comes from the base. But why did they send me that tree? Everything's right at the soil level. There's nothing coming vertically. Is it gonna grow? I don't like the tree. I'm gonna take a picture of the tree and put it on my community tab and tag G Mama. You can tell me because I don't like the way it looks. I'm gonna have to maybe cut off the limbs and root them separately, but I don't like the way that it looks. It's there's no shape. There's no like most trees. You want them to have a bit of height when you buy them from the nursery, especially for $30. I expect it to be kind of trained a bit more vertical, not all horizontal, and it's gonna be bumping into every. I'm not impressed. I'm not too impressed. I don't like that. Not never. As soon as you go online, everyone's texting you. I'm gonna know what's going on. Anyways, so that's what happened. What else happened? So last night I had to morning broke. I had to clean the Airbnb. There's a lot of stuff going on in these streets. People lie, they lie, they lie. If they don't like a place, they lie and interfere and actually jeopardize your business because it's not ugly, G Mama. The tree, I don't think like the tree that I bought from the nursery here when I bought my first fig, the Bordeaux, the Violetta Bordeaux or Negroni. It was small, but it had more vertical height. And when I planted it in a pot, it's growing vertically. Not perfect, but And I see Fifi bought a tree the other day, and it has a little bit of height. It's vertical. Mine has no height. That literally, it's at the soil level. The main whatever you call it, the main trunk, and everything that's coming from that main trunk is horizontal. It looks like it. I'm like, I'm not really happy when I spent $30 and it looks like that. And I think that's the one that I got that was hand delivered. It wasn't in the mail. The person dropped it off. I don't think I'm not happy. So I wonder if I should just say, listen, I'm not happy. Send me a new one or switch it with me. Yeah, I'm gonna post a picture and I'll tag some of you guys and tell me because I don't think they gave me a good quality start. because the other trees I got from the other nursery, which were literally sticks, I'm seeing they're more vertical. There's limbs growing out the sides. It budded. I got a couple of figs that are even still on there. They're not ripe though, and a lot of leaves. And it wasn't just horizontal. So I don't want to have to train a tree for another 2 years, man. Oh, I would try to stake it. Oh, take it back. Oh, try to stake it to train it back the way you want it to grow. So if I prune it back, can I take those limbs and start put them in soil and start? I want to post a picture, guys. Good morning, Howie. I want to post a picture and you guys can tell me because I'm not happy with the tree. Now that I think about it, I should have done it earlier, but I'm not happy with the tree because it's gonna take too much work for me to train it. I don't know how to train a damn tree. Whoops. Excuse my hand. All my figs are growing differently. I have two that just spread out. Okay, maybe I don't like that. So is it gonna grow over? Let me clear my throat. My goodness, it sounds like a frog. So is it gonna grow more vertically? Because I'm not really happy with what I'm seeing now at all. And they're in the garage. They are now out of the garage because I finally got my tire rack put up at the back. My dad and my sister came and we did it together. Well, mostly them two, and I was in and out. And it took a few days because if you don't know about senior citizens, if they come to your house to do something and they're missing anything, a screw, a washer, anything, that means that they're not coming back to the next day. They're not going to go and get it and come back. They're gone and they'll see you tomorrow. And if they come back the next day and something's missing, they're gone and they'll see you the next day. So it took a couple of days, but I got my tire rack up and the tires are at the back. So now I can tackle a few of the spots, get them cleaned out, get them organized, get another skid to put the trees on the skid in the garage and let them overwinter in there. And my spinach, my lemon bombs, stevia is gone to seed but it hasn't finished. So that's going to go in the garage. I'm going to harvest the 2 lemongrass pots and I'm going to put them in the garage, see if they can survive. First time trying lemongrass. And the oregano, the mints, and the parsley, and something else. Can't remember, but those are all going to go in the garage. That's why they're all outside. Yeah, they're all going in the garage. And the only thing I'm going to do is I got a copy Fifi. She has like a plastic tent over it. I might do that just because my garage gets opened and closed to get the shovels, the snow blower. Well, I haven't used a snow blower in years. I need to get a new battery. The shovels, the salt and stuff. So just to cut the draft, but there was no problem in the garage. They were warm enough. They had enough moisture. There was no issue. So they're going to go in the garage and I just got to get it more organized. So I got a couple of totes at Costco yesterday. They had a sale at the new location, so I got 3 totes. And what I noticed is part of the prepping. You're told to check your preps, practice your preps. Something spilt in the garage. We thought it was a water leak. It's not water. In one of the boxes, a cardboard, like a photocopy paper box, I have things in the garage from must be my parents' house because everything was just thrown in there. And there's like a grease mark on the boxes. So either I'm thinking that it could be my bottle of sewing machine oil, like my industrial machine. I had a big 1 liter bottle of machine oil. It could be that. So I'm gonna have to go in there, go through the boxes, check what's good, donate. I have a whole bunch of Christmas cards. I'm gonna just donate that to whatever Value Village. And garbage will be thrown out, and then I'm going to pack the good stuff in the totes, and everything else is going to be given away in those 3 boxes because there's just too much stuff in the garage and I can't deal with it anymore. I would make them aware that you're not satisfied and see where it goes. Yes, you can duplicate. Yeah, I'm not satisfied. I think out of all the trees that I bought, this one is not really, I'm not pleased with it. So I think I could probably make the tree into like 4 trees, but You gotta have to train it. It takes years. I don't think I should have to pay $30 for a tree, then pay X amount for delivery. Hey, badass. And then the tree is still gonna take me when the other tree took me 1 year and it was already growing fruits. Not big, like grape size, but it was giving me figs. Mind you, they were never ripe, but it's growing. Those side limbs could start a new tree. Erect. Yeah, I'm not happy with that I spent the money, so I think I'm gonna just send them an email. And yeah, I'm gonna get that plastic, and I'm gonna get the rest of that same plastic for the chicken run. Good morning, Charles and Miss Shirley. Good morning. Now, anybody that knows which plastic do you guys use? Because I couldn't find plastic when I looked for vapor barrier plastic. Is that what you guys use? 6 millimeter vapor barrier plastic for your chicken run and for your DIY greenhouse? Because I can't find nothing else. Good morning, Frugal Mama. I can't find nothing else. So that seems to be the plastic. Let me tell you, today's a mishmash of everything. The wind licked the chickens in. I'm talking the breeze was cold. They were in the tunnel. They were like, hell to the nah. We ain't going out into the outside part. I'm like, come on, guys, get some fresh air. That night, the next day, I got my first fairy egg. The egg was so tiny, it's the size of my thumb. It's so tiny. The cold breeze traumatized them, and they were laying a tiny, minuscule nugget of an egg. Now it's a little warmer, so they're out and they're getting used to it. I filled the run with leaves. I'm walking around. Hey, David Corey. I'm walking around this. Oh, let me put this. Maybe that's why I can't see. My monitor is not bright enough. Let me put the light up. Yeah, that helps. Um, Picking up leaves because it's leaf harvesting time. You're warmer though, broke farmer. You warm. Your cold ain't cold like over here. The cold is cold. So I have to put a bit of plastic up, not on the plant, but like as a barrier to block the breeze when because I had to tell my tenant when she opens the garage to pull the shovels out to shovel, close back the garage. She was like leaving it open while she's shoveling, and all the breeze is just going. Can you imagine the poor tree? No, 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 no. That can't work. So when you have other people that are doing their own thing, let me throw it. You have to hold on. Let me catch up with the chat because you gotta give me tips. So the girls were not happy. Oh my god, my throat. Hold on. I don't drink pop, but I'm gonna have to pull out a ginger ale in a minute because this is not working. So the chickens weren't too happy, but when I found a piece of plastic from the shed up top, I put it on. I think the mice were living in there, but anyways, I stuck it around a bit, the best I could, with bad duct. Hey Gina, with bad duct tape that didn't even stick, and it blocked the breeze tremendously. When I was in there feeding them and doing stuff, I could feel that it was at least a degree or two warmer in there. So I'm gonna wrap the rest of the chicken run because everyone's like, "Oh my god, you're not gonna heat the chickens?" No, I'm not gonna heat them. I've been watching people in all the cold places, of the freezing, frigid places, and they do not heat their chicken run or their chicken coop. But you have to put deep letter. You have to block the wind. They do other things. I have styrofoam insulation to block the draft. Um, but I'm not putting heat unless I have to, because the point for me, you can agree or disagree. If anything happens and the heat turns off, and they're accustomed to having the heat, especially at night, they're going to go into shock, and that's it. You're going to lose your birds. The whole of them, they're not going to survive. I don't see the point of getting them used to something and then they can't build that defense resistance within their own body. So I don't want to have them used to heat and something goes wrong. I'm definitely not plugging in no heat, and at night or in daytime something could go wrong and a fire could start. That's not going to work over here. That's going to get me in big trouble. Okay, so David uses 6 millimeter Okay, so when I go to Home Depot, I'm gonna go. It's the vapor barrier. We don't have greenhouse. When I look up greenhouse plastic, nothing pulls up. When I look up vapor barrier plastic, I find a 6 millimeter plastic in a good amount of roll size for a good price. I think it was like $37 for 100 or some kind of feet. It was a big amount, so I'm going to get that plastic. I'm gonna just duct tape it because I have nothing to staple it to. I don't have any wood framing. It's metal. So I'm gonna have to duct tape it. I just buy the okay, that's exactly what it is. It's 10 foot by 100 feet. Okay, so I'm gonna pick that up today at the orange store. And hey, Bayou Sugar, I don't know if I said hi to you already. And okay, so that's the plastic. I'm gonna get that taken care of. The waterer froze a bit. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna boil the kettle. I do have ginger lemon tea. I made hot chocolate because I was feeling hot chocolatey this morning. Sweater weather with hot chocolate. Um, but I'm gonna get some better duct tape because the duct tape was not sticking. It fell apart. Um, so they're okay otherwise. There's one particular chicken named Biscuit. I don't see her feathers growing in. She looks very raggedy. They have the higher protein food. They have apple cider vinegar in the water. I did put electrolytes. I have given them the restaurant food. I've given them soaked oats with chia seeds, black sesame seeds. I've given them alfalfa pellets soaked in there as well. So they're getting nutrients. She has calcium. Her eggs are fine, but her feathers aren't growing in. So I'm wondering if something else is wrong, if it's like an insect or mites or something, because now you're like, worried, or it's just she's slow growing back her feathers. Yes, thanks, David. They like cooler temperatures. So I'm gonna just block the window. I have insulation to block the glass window for the shed. If it gets really cold, like January when it's like frigid, but as of right now, I'm not giving them any heat. Roofer's tarp. Okay, I saw roofer's tarp, but it was only black. But maybe they have other options when I go into the store. Cooler temps when it's too cold. When they're too cold and uncomfortable. Okay, I'll know. And for now, they're sleeping fine. I don't feel any moisture in the coop. So I'm, that's okay. Like I'm keeping an eye. And I know a lot of people are talking about bumblefoot. I haven't seen any bumblefoot. I wrapped their roost bars with burlap cording. I saw that guy in California coop. He recommended that. The burlap string is literally ripped off. These girls and their long nails ripped them off. So I'm going to rewrap it with new rope. And they seem to be fine. I don't see any problem with their feet. Mind you, I got to check one of them because she's just hard to catch. They're a bit jumpy, though. They're acting a little weird and a bit jumpy. Get the plastic they use for flooring, vinyl flooring. I tried to search for that. I'm going to have to go in and look at it in the store because on the website, they don't really... Oh, you're feeling hot chocolatey every morning? Mm-hmm. Let me tell you, you ain't lying, David. Do not buy the dollar store duct tape. I duct taped something outside the patio furniture cover, and the tape is all over the backyard. Didn't hold nothing together. Buy the real duct tape or the real Gorilla Glue tape. That money's down the drain. I'm telling you. Do not buy the dollar store duct tape. That's for like little light stuff, not for like outdoor heavy duty. You need to like duct tape something. So he ain't lying. They don't stink. They don't stick. Yeah, they don't stick. It's just they're not lying. And it was from the dollar store, I think. So they let me down. Hey, Grammy's Journal, it let me down. And you ain't lying. Note to everybody: when you're dealing with outdoor stuff like your greenhouse and your shed, don't buy cheap. Certain things you can't buy cheap. Certain things you cannot buy cheap. It's not going to perform. It has to be weatherproof, waterproof, moisture proof. It let me down. So all that work, duct taping, waste of my time. I have to go and do it again to prevent the rips from opening any further and moisture from damaging my furniture. Don't do it. Don't do it. What else happened this week? There's something else I wanted to tell you guys, but I can't remember this second. Let me think. So yeah, the trees are gonna go in the garage. I'm collecting leaves like a thief in the night. Hey, Nikki. So I'm gonna go to the orange store. I'm gonna get the plastic. I'm gonna get good duct tape because I cannot staple the plastic to a frame like some of y'all do. Mine is a metal frame. I can do zip ties and punch some holes in the plastic, but I don't want to punch holes because it might rip with the wind the the torque, I guess you call it, the twisting. Unless I put grommets, and ain't nobody got time for no grommets. So I'm gonna get duct tape, just tape it around, put some wood or some bricks around to hold it down, and that should be enough to keep the wind off the girls because it doesn't have to be airtight, but just keep the wind off. Now for your waterers, those of you who have chickens, the waterer slightly froze. I have a 5-gallon bucket with those cups. It was frozen a bit. The cups, I broke off the first layer. I put more vinegar in the water. That seems to help it from freezing. Good morning. Did I miss something? I see someone saying hi to Wine Cellar. Hey, Wine Cellar. I didn't see you, but I think somebody said hi to you. Did I miss somebody? Oh, yes, you're there. Hey. Let me know. Do you guys use the heated water? I have one. I bought one. I haven't set it up yet. I don't want to. Let me tell you something. I'm not in like some y'all in Texas, some y'all in what I call warm country. Your cold ain't cold like over here. The worst thing you want to be doing in the dead of winter is handling water, topping up water, emptying water, have to rinse out stuff. It's cold, it's wet. Nah. So sometimes I might do things that you guys say, oh, you don't need to do that. I don't want to be out here in the freezing cold, -Celsius, -10, -5 Celsius, which is like, I don't know, 5 for you guys, and dealing with water outside and having to, nah. You want to be in and out, clean up quickly, and you're back inside within 5-10 minutes. I don't want to be outside fighting with water and wrestling with the waterer and having to break. No. So that's why I bought a heated water and I'm done with it. That dollar store duct tape isn't even good. Girl, do not buy duct tape. And I think even the crazy glue from there may not be too don't buy the stuff from there. Hey, Texas Lala. Good morning, Treasure Woman. Okay, I think Fifi has used it for because you and I are in the same kind of climate. We don't got time to be refilling and then your hands are numb. No, man. So some people don't need it, but I'm telling you, I don't want to be fighting with and I don't want to have them because the problem that could happen, I know for me, sometimes you forget to check something. You think, okay, they have water, they're fine. Next, they're out there struggling because they can't peck through the ice, and you're sitting there in your house warm, thinking that's fine. It's not fine. I don't want to have to worry about those things that I could miss. And thank God for my tenant last night. I was leaving to go clean one of the places an hour and something away. So I didn't have to go do it today. I wanted nothing to do today besides my own garage. So she was here and I asked her, are you going to be here till like 6:30? She's like, yeah. So I go, can you lock up the girls for me? Because I won't be back till like 11 p.m. And I don't mind them being, they go to bed. I don't mind. I haven't had any predators, but I would feel better if somebody locked it up. I don't want to have to call my dad. It's just like, it's cold outside. So I showed her what to do, and then she did it, sent me a picture. And then this morning the door was locked, the sliding door, and then they were locked into their indoor coop. So that was fine. So thank God she did that. But that's what I'm saying. Like sometimes you gotta get help from people, and I don't want them to miss anything. So a heated waterer. I'm probably gonna plug mine out at night. Do you plug yours out at night, Fifi? Do you leave it on all day and all night, or do you plug it on in the morning? I'm not sure if I want it running all night because that might use too much energy, and then it's just a waste of energy because you got to be frugal in these streets. You got to be frugal in these streets. How did I get up so in the cold? This is where the family chose to stop. That this was where immigration was very very welcoming when my parents came here in like Toronto, Ontario. A lot of Jamaicans came here. Now there's a lot of Jamaicans like in Calgary and certain other provinces in Canada, but this is where the immigration was. Like a lot of Jamaicans end up going to New York. It's cold as hell over there, but they went there for work and stuff and to start a new life. And then some people left and went to a warmer climate, but some are still here. A lot of people, my family's in England. Hey, D Macro, still in England. So yeah, I can't move in cold temps. I'm telling you, it's not a joke. You do feel slower, but I'm used to it now, so it's not nothing to me. But for you to come here, you'd be like, yo, you'd be surprised what you could do, David. It would be difficult, no word of a lie. It would be difficult, especially when you're used to certain things and growing certain it's difficult, but you would survive. I wouldn't say for the rest of your life, but if you're doing like a job or an exchange and people come here for a time limit, they give themselves 5, 10 years, they work and they leave. And they go back to either their country or a warmer part of the world. Let me just make sure I don't have an important message because everyone's messaging now all of a sudden. So that's what I'm doing. So the chickens are okay. Yes, I have a lot of extended family in Texas, a lot. I don't know where in Texas, but there's a lot of Jamaicans because it's warm there. So a lot of my Jamaican people I know they're in Texas, Florida for sure. You don't know Florida. And there's a lot in is it Arizona or another place? I see a lot of the I think it's the Carolinas. There's quite a few in the Carolinas. But Texas for sure, number one, and Florida number two. A lot of Jamaicans. Um, they moved from the colder climates and they gone to the warmer climate. I don't blame them. I don't blame them. It's not for everybody. It's not for everybody. That's for sure. Told you I want to move somewhere warmer. My friend's like, no, we're not going nowhere. I'm thinking, how are you want to stay here? They said no. I would say right now, if y'all want to leave, we can make a plan. We can leave. Now I heard some news that one of the Canadian restaurant owners went to Jamaica to bury his sister and he was murdered down there this week. So it's getting dangerous in these streets. They think we're coming back with money and we're on their, target list. So you got to be careful. So what else happened to share about so collect your leaves, guys. I'm telling you, the leaves, I put a lot of leaves in the run and it's giving the chickens something to do. Last year, what I ended up doing, I got my chickens in April of this year. Last fall, I collected leaves and we used the new tool that we got, the 3-in-1 vacuum mulcher leaf blower. So we mulched the leaves and we put them in bags. And I had about a bag or two in my shed to use for spring, for, trees or whatever. I don't know, just in case. And I filled all my beds with leaves to rotten down and compost for the winter. That ended up helping me with the chicken run because it got very muddy and got very wet. And then the sloping, then you kind of realize where you have shortfalls in your property, like the slope of the water just didn't work too good. Hey, who is that? Hey, Abina, good to see you. You're always in the bushes, I know. And hi, hold on, Bayu said something. Let me put it up so I don't forget it. I moved from Louisiana to Maryland for a little while, and I couldn't take the cold. My asthma flared up more often up north due to the cold. Yeah, exactly. And some other people had, like, my neighbor goes to Florida every winter. She has asthma, same thing, and her joints, and it's just not worth it. Like, do what's best for you. But she comes back every summer and spring because her family's here, her grandchildren. So she does snowbirding. She goes back and forth. But what was I talking about? I can't remember now. You see, I got squirrel. But thanks to the new member for joining. And I was thinking I'm gonna have to start doing members only lives, which I haven't done. And that's what I'm working on for the ending of this year and going into the new year. I don't know about you all, but it's very difficult to do gardening. Thank God I have a short season. To do the gardening, now I have chickens and be putting out content. I'm finding it very difficult and work a job and my side hustles. So I don't know about you all, but I'm finding it very difficult. So I'm trying to work on that and get something streamlined. I did watch the Educated Naturals video, and she was reviewing EV Mux, and that looks like an interesting platform. I'm going to try. Oh, thank you, Psalms, and thank you, David, about the leaves. And hey, Coach Mary Ma, I'm going to try that platform and see how that works, just so I have a backup, because she said it's true. You need to have other platforms that you're using. Don't just put your eggs in one basket. and some other things I need to do to clean up. I need to get, I want to get an intro and outro, make the program look a little more interesting and hype, and then also get content edited and out there. I'm being contacted by people and companies, and it's just like everything's just in shambles because your life is unorganized. You're running around and nothing's really structured. So I'm going to have to get something structured so that I can be more responsive and get my life together. Number one. Number two, I'm getting a lot of gram followers. And when I went onto the gram, I don't know what's with these porn people, but I don't know why they're following. It clearly says Urban Gardening Chronicles. I'm not gardening in naked. I'm not on Naked and Afraid. We're not chronicling, body parts. So I don't know why they keep coming to my account to follow me. So every day I'm just blocking 3, 4, 5 people. I don't want the numbers. I rather the quality because this is ridiculous. And I clicked on a few by accident to see, like I clicked on the picture. Don't click on the picture because their picture shows you something else. And I saw some poses that I regret seeing. Anyways, I'm gonna block the gal, about 3 girls I blocked, and then it blocks any account that's linked to them. So just a heads up with the Instagram guys, there's some people out here. Block them. You don't need the kind of press. Now back to the leaves. So the first year we mulched the leaves, and then in the spring it was muddy in the run. You don't want a muddy run. So I filled it with leaves. I had mulch at first. The mulch was okay, but mulch is like 3 something a bag, and you had quite a few bags. But when I did it this time, I put the whole leaves in there. I go around, collect the leaves because everyone's putting them to the curb for the leaf pickup. I'm going around picking up leaves, raking them in a bag, and dumping them in the run, and let the girls mulch them up for you because it keeps them occupied. I don't smell anything. It smells fresh. Well, not fresh, but fresh for a chicken coop. And I put some DE down, sprinkle it out, and it's fine. So I'm going to keep loading up that run with leaves. And then in the spring, I'm going to shovel it all out and share it with me and like my dad for the garden. Put them in the beds, all that manure and compost and broken down stuff. And then I'm going to keep back hopefully 3 to 4 bags of leaves in the shed. And in the spring, just fill it with more leaves and maybe some mulch. So they've been fine. I've had no problems with injuries with their feet. I've had no problems with odors. I don't really see any bugs. And if there's bugs, they're going to eat them and peck them. And yeah, you know what I'm doing? Yeah, I don't know what's going on, but they be following. I don't know who these people are. Like I clicked the button and I was like horrified. I'm like, who? Anyways, I'm not gonna say what I saw, but it was just horrible. These people have no shame. No, I'm not naked. Every day I see, oh, you got 3 new followers, and I look at them like, hell no, block, block, block. No, you're not coming over here with that nastiness. Where you need to go somewhere else with that. So yeah, collect the leaves. If you're a gardener, you're not like have chickens, fill your beds with leaves and let them break down. And put a little water so they can stick down because when they're dry, they just blow all over the place. Put them in your compost bin, bury them maybe under some dirt, and let them break down. And the worms, I'm telling you, the roly-polies and all the natural, composting bugs, they're going to be right there breaking it down for you. No, it wasn't wood. It was women. It's not even men. It's women, all kind of poses and bent up. And my God, that's something that your doctor should be looking at. Like when you're getting a medical exam, not me. I'm here planting vegetables and fruit trees and jeez. But in all seriousness, you're not even looking online for that crap. And they're just coming, assaulting you with their content. I didn't ask for that. I'm not even looking for that stuff. My Instagram is basically about, I have 2 profiles, a personal profile and the urban gardening. My personal profile is mostly like fashion and I like to watch people like decorate their space and stage their space, and the cleaning, the people who clean, like they show them cleaning their kitchen or their fridge and stuff like that, and like beauty bloggers. My Urban Gardening Chronicles is mostly like, gardening, 2A stuff, and some of the cleaning people, but not many. and health and wellness people talking about stuff. Who were they named? Oh, I don't even know, but the names give them away. That's why as soon as I see the name, I'm like, okay, block, block, block. Let me look up one of the name. No class. Let me see who followed me this week. Lexi Shenko. No, I didn't block her. Her videos was not bad. It was. Who else followed me? Who is this person? That her name was 13-GF-. That's not even a name. Who else did I block? I guess once I block them after a certain amount of time, they disappear from your notifications. I mean, I know some of these people, Yeah, they're gone. But just some weird names. ABC-14- what, like, okay. So I take a look at their channel quickly to see what they're about, and then I just block them. I don't want them trying to find who's following me and then start, approaching people with their foolishness. But yeah, that's the last person. And even the gram, I haven't gone live on there, but I know I've been on other people's live. Like Rooster goes live on the gram, so I go on his live. I haven't used the other platforms. I'm gonna have to start going to use the other platforms because, in all honesty, sometimes there's ways to get monetized over there easier than over here. So I need to. Oh, it's you, it's you, David. What happened? She remembers some names. Yeah. I check my followers, and if I don't like what I see, I block you. I don't want to have that. It's just too. But my TikTok, I haven't checked my TikTok in months, so I'm gonna have to go over there and check it. That's not good. No, these girls look like they're underage girls. Who knows if it's even real people or AI? Who knows who it is? I don't have time. So back to that. So the leaves, get your leaves. It's free. It is free. And the thing about mulch is you don't know what's in the mulch. None of us know. We all know that could be seeds, could be invasive seeds in there that could have been sprayed. We don't know what's in there. I would prefer to put leaves in the chicken run than to put mulch. That's a living animal. I don't want them to get exposed. I did put mulch in there when they first came here because I didn't know what else to do. And I tried to get the natural cedar, but even then, I don't know if it's sprayed. So leaves are natural, and that's it. Energy, that's it. Energy audit. That's it. I need to use that. Energy audit. Because I don't know why you're coming here to coach me plant vegetables and look at health and wellness tips, and you're here selling coochie. It doesn't even go together. We're not even in the same road. You're on a different road. I'm on my own road, and you're coming on my chat. No. You got to go. Anyways, done with that. So get your leaves. What else happened? There was something. Hold on. That caught my eye again. Let me see where I saved it. I think it's on the gram because that's where I got a lot. It's so easy to get, quick stuff on there. But something happened. Let me see if it's on the a few things happened. So is this a video? Okay, let me.
Sting in Polk County history. More than 200 people are facing tonight, among them a local school athletic director and coach and a few Disney employees. Fox 13's Carla Byron joins us live from the Polk County Sheriff's Office. So Carla, this operation.
So I'll tell you what it's about, but listen to this little article real quick.
Yeah, Sheriff Grady Judd said some of the suspects brought weapons or drugs with them to the undercover location. Some even brought their children with them, which is unusual to say the least. He adds a lot of the suspects and victims were here in the country illegally.
She's one of the human traffickers.
Out of the 219 arrests in the undercover multi-agency operation,
she's the one that was setting the appointments. She's the one that were prostituting two young ladies.
Two suspects, one from Chicago and another from Orlando, were arrested for human trafficking, a life felony, and two others are still under investigation.
He loaned her $2,200 to repair a vehicle, and she didn't have the money to pay it back. So he said, "You're going to have to do prostitution."
Investigators say the two are also undocumented. In fact, they say 35 of the suspects arrested were in the United States illegally, and 3 were victims of human trafficking. The sheriff says they're seeing more undocumented people in every operation they do.
They were
Okay, so basically, I got a notification on the gram. We were talking a few weeks back about the trafficking and who's doing it, but who's selling? People be selling. Let me tell you something. And they selling it cheap, man. And we didn't talk about cheap duct tape. Don't buy cheap coochie either. You're gonna get a side of syphilis and a handful of gonorrhea. So don't be buying. Don't do it. Don't do it. Gardening in a hat. Yes, that's your new. Yep, do that, David. You're gonna get a lot of views over there. But let me come back. Hold on. Let me put this cup in the and put the kettle back on. Give me 1 second. Okay, sorry, I had to get a ginger ale because something's trying to jump on me. I got to get rid of it. Um, so what the article is basically saying is they found a human trafficking ring. It was a coach, a school sports coach. Then there's also a Disney employee involved and a teacher in the largest human trafficking sting. So when we were talking about a few weeks back about who's involved, this is just confirming. So don't think that your little dance teacher and your coach and your whomever. These people are predators and they put themselves in places where they're around children and young women to get access and do whatever. So just be careful, be mindful, and keep your eyes peeled. Something don't feel right to you and you're seeing something, most likely it's not right. Wait, do they have cheap? Heck, exactly. Don't. No, ginger ale, man. My throat is burning. I don't have time to get sick. I got sick already in October. What's up? No, end of September, early October. I don't got time. So whatever it is, today's got to go. I'm gonna have ginger lemon tea and ginger ale. I'm gonna have Vicks. I have black seed. I didn't take it yet. Let me take it. Where's my tablets? I have some. Lot of mercy. This is turning into pharmaceutical day, but I gotta take something just not right. Let me take some black seed oil right now, and 2 garlic tablets as well. I have the fermented garlic pills right here. I think I missed 3 days of taking them, so maybe that couldn't be it. So yeah, Popeyes. But yeah, that's actually good. The black seed oil, echinacea. I'm taking the black seed right now, and I'm gonna take the fermented garlic. Let me drop the link again in case somebody else wants to come up, because I'm just doing pure ridiculousness today, all over the place. So, anyways, keep an eye out for that because that is a problem. I also shared on my reels on Instagram If you're not over there, get over there, because I do forward stuff that, might be interesting to you all, health and wellness wise. And they did a study, which I'll play for you now, just in case you guys are not on Instagram, but get on the Instagram. Let me take my tablet. Hold on. Hey, Black Guns. Hey, G-Quad. Yes, you gotta. I'm gonna play something. It's on my Instagram. I posted it maybe 48 hours ago, so you guys can go and see it. I'm gonna play it for you now, so sometimes you can hear it. But what it's basically saying is that the science has found that there's more things wrong in the meat that is made by the other companies versus real grass-fed meat. And what they said was quote unquote better is not, which is not surprising, but I'm glad the science confirms it. So let me just quickly play that.
Is that cancer-causing chemicals like glyphosate that's been infiltrated
So
and caused
Roundup.
cancer across the United States now, where they're awarding plaintiffs billions of dollars in court cases, is being found in school food.
Whoops, I put the volume down.
80,
It's being found in school food.
100% of fast food samples, and the highest amount. Let's talk about some of the highest amounts. This is going to be really shocking. The highest amount at Burger King was in the Impossible Burger. Why is that, Zen?
Yeah, well, the Impossible Burger, we tested 2 samples, one from Burger King and one from Starbucks, the Impossible Breakfast Sandwich. Their levels were twice their meat counterparts. And we believe that's because of the soy in the Impossible Burger. There's 43 different proteins that have never been approved for human health. They're just slap the label on it, grass, generally recognized as safe. But that soy is genetically modified. It's sprayed with glyphosate as a drying agent. It's sprayed with glyphosate during the time that it's growing. So they're very high in glyphosate. So Impossible Foods marketing implying that Impossible Foods is a safer, healthier fast food choice is completely false when you look at the perspective of glyphosate levels. So completely not true.
Okay, so I shared that video on my gram, and it's very interesting, and the science is confirming. And people make these blanket statements. Hey, Carbon Q, they make these blanket statements and they guilt people, and they show they always show animals with like abscess and pus, and then all this pus coming out and whatever. Even the healthiest animal that's not given all kind of crap could get an abscess. It could happen for a myriad of reasons. I got a splinter in my finger yesterday, dusting some furniture, and then one last week. And funny enough, both of my middle fingers on both hands, maybe that's symbolic of something, have a splinter in it, and it's red on stuff happens. You can get an abscess. It could get an ingrown hair. It's not always indicative of, poor care from the farmer. The two can't be always correlated. So it's not impossible for an animal to get an abscess, especially, in their hoof. They have to get that hoof treatment. Something could go up and it just there and it festers. These things are not impossible, but they use that as, oh, you see the meat industry and this and that. Oh, gross, you're eating pus. Maybe in the commercial, the large farms, which don't really have cares about quantity, not quality. Maybe those ones, yes, I can agree. But to say everybody blanketly, no, I can't agree with that. There's smaller farmers that are taking more care, more thought. They're pasture raised. They're using more natural remedies that can clear up some of these issues. That's why I give my chickens herbs. I feed them a lot of herbs, and that helps with their system and also to prevent certain things versus me running to go get medication every time. That has made a difference because I'm seeing other people who are new chicken owners and they've had a few problems. Maybe it's also, I don't know what else it could be, but maybe it's the layout, the spacing, I don't know. But you have to just take care of and observe your animals. But this confirms that everyone's promoting in Beyond, I think it's the Beyond and the Impossibles as the great meat alternative or replacement. If you're not going to eat meat for whatever reason, and I don't eat that much meat, so I'm not speaking on behalf of the meat industry, nothing's wrong with that. But you don't have to mimic meat and copy meat to make yourself feel better. Okay, I'm not eating meat, but it tastes the same. Maybe you should get used to just eating vegetables. That should not be what you're doing, is replacing the meat. Hey, Shar, you should be finding other things to eat that are not meat. They are truly plant-based. Those to me aren't plant-based because the amount of ingredients on there that belong in a laboratory, the two don't correlate. So you need to understand that plant-based is being all mixed up with the veganism versus it's all being lumped together, and they're all very distinct and very different. And there's more glyphosates, there's more chemicals. They've proven that. They've tested what they've given to school children because they're pushing this in the school system. Give them, better, healthier foods, which was a good idea. Now they're veering on some other paths, and they're literally forcing these fake meats into a lot of institutions. It's like it's becoming a cult. I think they need to find some other solutions. I've been having a mushroom burger lately. It tastes real good. I don't have to have the Beyonds and the Impossibles. It's not good for you. Do your own research, but this is verifying that there's more problems with that, and we have enough problems. The GMO, which is its own problem, and GMO, when you listen to some other people, they believe, and it's probably going to be proven more accurately, it's affecting your DNA. Number one. Secondly, they raise them with fertilizers, chemicals, and Roundup because they want to kill the weeds. They want to make their life easier. Thirdly, as a drying agent, they spray it again with glyphosates, which is Roundup, because they don't want to let it dry naturally, and they want to cut their time and cut their costs. So now you're getting double dose of the glyphosates. So what do you think is going to be in the final product that you're eating? People are trying to get away from glyphosates by not eating certain foods. Even the oatmeal, you can't even trust that. It's full of glyphosates because they're not drying it properly. Seasoning. You ain't lying, David. You ain't lying. You're not lying. So just be very conscious of what you're, I've said it, and people, I said, I don't have a problem with plant-based and veganism, but what those words are being used for now is not the true plant-based that I grew up knowing. Ital and now alkaline seem to be the words that mean people who eat from plants and cook natural foods and stuff like that. There's no chemicals. There's no point of switching animal protein for laboratory protein. And I also shared on Instagram, they're making salmon from a 3D printer. And that salmon looked legit. So they're making it in a way that you can't even tell the difference. You'll go to a restaurant and you'll buy, wild caught salmon, and they're giving you 3D printed salmon. You don't know what you're getting. Seasoning other foods in a way that is appealing is better than a specific scientific process of recreating and tasting. So I am watching a lot of alkaline content creators who are making plant-based foods with actual plants. They're not using these fake. They're making their own meat from walnuts. I know Gina made walnut recipe, like ground beef. A lot of people are using that, and I haven't made it, but it tastes real good. This week I started making hemp milk. I watched a lady called Jen Jones. She's a plant-based content creator. She had a lot of health problems, and she reversed a lot of that plus her eczema with her diet. She just blends up water, hemp seeds, some dates, sea salt, maple syrup if you want to. I added cinnamon and nutmeg to mine, and I let my family taste it. Now they want me to. I said, listen here, I'm letting you sample a free sample for taste it, and if you like it, you all have your own. They have a better blender than I do. Never mind, they got a Vitamix. Use your Vitamix and make it yourself. But you don't need to have milk. even the plant-based milks that I'm using, I'm going to be kind of moving away. Like I have them to here to use them. And also for your preps, I have them for my preps. But if I can buy like bulk hemp seeds, I made another batch with a bit of pumpkin seeds inside, which is more gritty, but it's great in a smoothie, a banana peanut butter smoothie. I even put some mango in there and some greens powder. I wasn't hungry for several hours. It tasted great. Everybody's now like, okay, they're on the hemp seed. Hemp seeds is excellent for your omegas, is excellent. So just try some of these recipes. They're not hard to make. Um, oh, 10 times I found of youth getting sick. I haven't had a cold. I know you haven't gotten sick. I don't see you talking about getting sick. I don't know what it is. I think for me, it's the environment. Is it like I put a mask on to go into the chicken coop every time? I've been wearing a mask. And you know what I think? I think that mask, like the surgical masks, are probably the problem. And I know there was something going on before about, I think there's something in that mask that's bothering me. So yesterday I wore the cloth one. I had to wear the cloth mask and then the surgical mask over top of that. I cannot put the surgical mask on my face. There's something in there that's not right. And I put it on this morning, not thinking, yeah. I think they've got a whole other agenda behind it because it's got to be, it's more, I'm telling you, they're ruining the environment. Like we can't always all agree and we're not all going to agree. That's almost impossible. But I'm basically going to just follow nature. I think our ancestors and then what they were doing from the beginning is the way that we're supposed to be going. They want to get away from nature and make up their own thing. Do I agree with the animal abuse? No, I don't. How they're doing it now? No, I don't. But the old time ways is what we have to go back to. And they keep saying we're ruining the land and we're demolishing forests for farming. Back in the day, it was done in layers. You have your sheep, then you have your cow, and they go in stages. And each other animal adds something else to the permaculture, and it restores back the soil and restores back the land. We're not doing it that way. We're doing it, and we're monocropping. We're doing the same crop. We're not planting anything during the winter time to build back the soil. We as gardeners and homesteaders, yes, but as a industrial farming, no. And some people are moving back to it because they realize it's actually cheaper. It's less work and less fertilizer because you're letting nature do it for you. It's less erosion and less evaporation of moisture, so the soil stays moister longer. When they started using restorative practices, it made it better. I don't think farming is the problem. I think the way that we've moved away from the old time ways of doing things to make money faster, make a quick buck, that's the problem. I don't think farming is the problem. Now, do I need to have a steak for breakfast, lunch, and dinner? No. I do think we overconsume. We don't need to eat that much meat. I don't need to eat that much meat. But the way that we're doing it, think about how much food is wasted? Let me get into that in a second. So refreshing to hear others are noticing too that the government's push at giving people healthier food is not what we really no, it's not. Fruits and vegetables, things with seeds. And some of the schools are actually doing hydroponics, which I don't mind, and teaching the kids how to grow their own food, especially in the lower income schools, so that they can take those skills home to their families. And it is influencing their parents because the parents are like, your kids keep asking, can we grow this? Can we do that? And they kind of get irritated. And then they go to the parent teachers meetings and they meet the teacher and the teacher's like, selling it to them. And many have started to grow some food at home because their kids are interested in it. And you want to encourage that interest and teach them some new skills. And the pride they get when they're eating the food that they've grown themselves, then it trickles off to outdoor gardening. And before you know it, it needs to be part and parcel of the curriculum, and it needs to be part and parcel of our lifestyle. I was thinking this week about, gardening. And for me, it's quote unquote a hobby, but it's not a hobby. I grew up watching my parents doing that. It shouldn't be a hobby, like a side thing. It should be part of your living. Like you get up, you brush your teeth, you make your teeth, like all your routine. You check your, like, gardening should be part and parcel of that. It shouldn't be a separate hobby that only certain people like. Um, I was side eyeing them when they switched kids' lunch at school to healthier choices, but instead of using their local, real organic farmers, they still contracted large corporations. That I saw a documentary on that exactly, and this is like the lobbyists. It's not helping the children, and you're not helping local farmers, which would be better. But you're keeping the circulation of money in your own community. The same big companies are making, like, it's just not right. We can see it. We don't need to eat as much as we do. Yeah, that's true, and definitely the meat. Hold on, Broke. If you're still loading, okay, I see you now. There you go. How you doing, Broke?
Good morning.
Morning.
I haven't had a chance to chat with you, Irvin.
I know where you been.
But
You've been
look,
working.
working hard. But look, I'm with you on these weird options, man. Look, you know how many Impossible Whoppers I don't ate, man. And then you come
Have
up
you
here,
eaten it?
man. I eat them all the time.
I only tried it once because it gave me a sample, but the texture was like meat, but something was a bit weird about it.
I thought it was
tasted
delicious.
a bit. I don't know. It was good. The one at Burger King, because they flame broil it. That one was good.
Yeah, that's the one I had at Burger King.
Yeah.
But yeah, first off, Irvin, let's be real. Everything sucks. I mean, I don't know how else to say
You ain't
it.
lying. You ain't lying.
Everything sucks, man. So I don't know. You know me, I be trying to get it out here as best I can. But shoot, man, I don't know, dude. I don't know
think what
what
we
to
have to
trust.
worry about is support. Like, if we're all supporting the impossibles and the beyonds, and we're supporting the narrative against farmers, because that's what's happening. Farmers and dairy farmers are getting a really silly name because of the veganism campaign. So farmers, and now they're raping cat, like all kind of stuff is being thrown out there.
They're doing what? Irvin,
Basically, no, I'm serious. In
don't
order to
just
have
pass
a dairy
by that.
cow, this is what they're saying, because it's kind of true. In order for a dairy cow to keep producing meat, you have to keep impregnating them, right? They
Right.
don't just keep producing meat. So they inseminate them or they mate them, and they keep doing this, and they take away their young ones, and they're saying that they're apists because they're doing this unnatural process to the cows to keep pumping milk to us. So these are the comments that are being made from the vegan, plant-based extremists, and farmers are getting a really bad name, the farming industry. And we have to clean up the farming industry, yes, but I don't think we should be moving away from real food.
But what is the cow saying? Have they submitted a report to the police? I mean,
no, I guess they can, and I guess they're speaking for the cows and for the bees now, and they're speaking for all these things. But oddly enough, our actual bodies are being shared with bugs and parasites. So we ourselves are not our own. Our bodies being a host for other things. So it's kind of ironic that you're upset about this, but you're upset about what's going on in your own body. Like, please miss me with that. Like, you're full of worms, parasites. That's actually affecting your thought process. Like, you're hearing voices in your head. It's the parasites talking to you, telling you to eat that burger, eat those fries.
See, Irvin, you making good sense, man. That's why I drink alcohol. Alcohol kills all the germs. It kills all the little parasites on the inside of you. That's what's wrong with people, Irvin. They're not drinking enough alcohol. Get them liquor. Liquor will kill all them little bad bugs in your body. Believe me.
There was a whole argument. I don't know if you saw who was arguing. Who was it when I was watching? Oh, it was this Christian guy. Anyways, I won't go into the subject because that will go into another topic, but they're arguing about drinking alcohol versus getting drunk. I don't have a problem with drinking alcohol. I think when you get drunk is the problem. They're like, no, you're not supposed to drink alcohol at all.
No, that's not true. That's not true.
I said that's not true. Well, you could be all these wells. I think there's nothing wrong with alcohol, but we over overindulgence.
And alcohol is it's not for everybody. Everybody can't handle alcohol. Some people get belligerent and get crazy once they start drinking. Those people, no, they do not need to drink. But people like me that have a good time with it, let a good time roll. You know what I mean?
You know, I think when I went to Europe, alcohol was an everyday thing. I'm not
Oh
even a
yeah.
drinker. People thought I was a prude. I don't mind drinking a glass of wine with my food, but like it's so easy to get liquor there that it's not even a big deal anymore. Like it's not a whole conversation piece. Nobody cares. You have your wine with your dinner. You're not sitting here drinking. You have your siesta in the afternoon. This is part of the culture. And I don't think they're as stressed as we are, and they don't have as much health problems as we do. So they're doing
And
something right over there.
they don't have a weight problem.
They don't have a weight problem. You're right. I couldn't find
But
no clothes there because I'm obese by their standards. I was like, what the
but
hell's going on over here?
they do have dental problems though.
Yeah, they don't brush their teeth very well. But you know,
I don't know what's that all about.
yeah, I did. They would say our cows. Yeah, that's what they're saying. They're calling like I couldn't believe they use that terminology. That's what they're saying. The vegan and they're saying that they're I don't think people understand that in order to keep pumping milk out, the cow has to be impregnated. Like there is a process. It's not like back in the day when your cow got pregnant naturally, you got milk, and when she was finished, you had no milk. They keep the cycle going, and they don't like that. They think that's an abuse. Maybe they're kind of right.
I thought
But
that once if you keep milking the cow, that it automatically keeps providing milk. If you like a
I
woman
think
when she has
there's a time when they're supposed to dry up. There's a time when they're supposed to naturally dry up.
uh
But I don't know all the intricacies, but there's something that they're doing something to elongate that process. And in some cases, they're impregnating them again. So they're constantly going through that cycle, which is also too much for their body to handle. That's not fair. It's not fair to the animal. It isn't fair to the animal, but the terminology is a bit aggressive, aggressive.
and if you haven't subscribed to Urban Gardening Chronicles, look at this good information. I done learned like 3 things this morning. Come on.
This is the problem. We don't understand how our food is produced. And even things I'm learning every day, we don't understand what's involved in producing our food. We've put it in the power of the grocery store, and we need to get back to understanding how our food is brought to our table, how milk is brought to our table, and what's going on.
Or just a simple concept, grow your own food and just buy some meat. Buy some fish or go down to the river and get some catfish. You know, your crazy uncle that sit on the riverbed all day catching brim, holler at him and tell him you'll buy a couple fish from him. It ain't a hard concept if you put your mind to it.
It's
That's
not
all I'm
hard,
saying.
exactly. Bayou saying that she had a patient right now who was diagnosed with bipolar schizophrenia, but she changed their diet to no meat and they are drastically improving. I definitely believe that. There has been studies that I mentioned. Go ahead, Broke.
No, I have always believed that your mood has a lot to do with your diet. And I'm gonna say this, and you can take it how you want. I'm gonna disrupt some people. I think pork make people more meaner. I've always believed that.
Yeah,
I've
I
always believed that.
think you're right. I think you're
But
right.
I mean, to each his own. I don't knock nobody for what they do. But I personally,
Hey, Lulu.
just talking about me, once I stopped eating pork, I was a lot chiller. I was.
I didn't eat that
I
much
know that.
pork either. But when I made some conscious choices of what I'm putting in my system, and I was telling you before, when we were talking before about the hormones, where it's all over the place, and you're like, what's going on? Like, why are we so, the food, I'm telling you, the food was giving me all kind of like bad reactions and even in behavior patterns. It was the food. So
But
I
now,
know that it can help bipolar. And people will say, oh, not true. It is true. The food that we're getting does not have nutrients, first of all. So can you imagine going around being malnourished and you're eating food, but you're not getting the nourishment that your cells need to function properly? And some people can't function because their cells are misfiring.
But now I draw the line at a certain point now, Urban. What we ain't gonna do is get on this darn internet and put down Popeyes and Chick-fil-A, because you know
You better put it
that's
down.
family.
You better put it down, sir. You better put
No,
it all the
ma'am.
way down.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
You,
Mr. Urban. What I
if
ain't
you're
finna
buying
do.
food, if you're buying food that's raised properly, go ahead. I don't think Popeyes and Chick-fil-A get no good quality chicken. They're getting that sweatshop chicken in the back of the alley at Alibaba's website with the injected with the needles, and that's what they're getting. If you're getting good chicken and you like it fried, I'm okay with that. But
look,
honey,
Urban, you're not hearing me all the way. Now, please understand this. If they putting chicken in hot grease, it's killing all the bacteria and all the bad stuff in it. Once you fry that chicken and it go down in there, everything killed. It's perfect. It's perfect. Believe
you
me.
have to remember what you just said about the pork. And I had no problem with pork. I really don't. I fundamentally don't have a problem. I think whatever you eat, you just bless it and eat it. It's fine. That's what the New Testament says. But when I went back to the Old Testament, and you're thinking about why the certain groups of people who are kosher, and even the other group of people, I don't want to call it names because there's already volatility in that part of the world. They don't eat pork, and they don't eat pork products. And when I started to understand from being on YouTube how pigs behave, because I'd never raised pigs, so it's kind of hard to know. They're actually discussing volatile creatures. Like,
yes, they
those
are.
traits, you're eating those traits when you think about it. So why would I want to eat pork? I don't need to eat pork. I'm not. Now, I like pork grease. Don't get me wrong. A little pork grease with your vegetables. But I have to say, you know what? Let me stop eating the pork.
Urban,
and I don't feel any worse. I feel better.
Urban. But what we can't do is keep talking about Chick-fil-A and Popeyes.
You gotta come off of Chick-fil-A. You're gonna have to come off. You're gonna have to rebuke Chick-fil-A and rebuke the other place there, Popeyes.
Man, I will rebuke a lot of things. Chick-fil-A and Popeyes, I ain't too of them. I can tell you that there. It's got done delicious, Urban. You gotta live life a little bit now. Come on.
Of course it's delicious. Of course it is. That's why they have you hooked. They have a lifelong customer. And if you're gonna buy Chick-fil-A, you better buy some damn stocks of Chick-fil-A and whatever, Whataburger, and buy some stocks in there while you're sitting there eating it.
No, Popeyes ain't got the stock. Have I looked for Popeye? Lord have mercy, yes. I've looked for Popeye stock. They don't have, but no, I'm kidding. But I agree with it's 100% what you're saying though. I mean, it comes down to choices a lot of time. You can get anything at the grocery store, but if you do a little work, the research, they got some decent stuff at the grocery store. We just don't do enough research. I never go and read labels and all this stuff. I just know the stuff that I don't eat, and I just don't eat it. And,
I am not happy with the stores because I'm looking, as we know, they've changed the labels from GMO to bioengineered, and they're changing wordings to confuse people. But what I'm noticing is that they're making things so expensive. So my aunt's here from Jamaica. She went shopping. I don't think she's the best shopper because, not insulting her, but when you go to Jamaica, you can go to the market and buy fresh thyme, scallions, and stuff like that, and it's reasonable. So in her mind, she's coming here to buy those same things, but she doesn't know that we can't buy that here. We grow that ourselves and put them in the freezer or dehydrate them. One pack of fresh thyme was $6.
Ooh.
But you can get a whole chicken for $8. Like, when you start comparing what you're getting for your dollar, it doesn't make any sense. So she had some money to go shopping. We gave her shopping money to buy what she wants, and I had to go in there and say, you can't buy that because your money's going to run out. Your $30 is going to go nowhere. So put down the seasonings and use dry seasonings. That's why you see us over here using dry seasonings, unless you live in the South, because you can't be buying thyme, scallion, oregano, all them stuff. That's too expensive, lady.
What is scallion? Scallion.
Oh, green onions. We call those are green onions.
We
call them scallions.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But this
Why
is my
buy
first. This is my first year that I've grown enough rosemary and thyme that I have, dried them out and put them in the shaker. Dude, it's so simple. If you just let it dry out and then put the leaves
In
in
a
the little
jar.
thing. I bought a thing
That's
off Amazon, like a little salt shaker. Dude, it
That's
took
it.
me 30 minutes.
That's it. And I sometimes even pick them and I wash them and I freeze them, and it gives you that fresher texture and fresher look when you're making a stew. It's not dry. It's like, all in one nice piece. Do whatever you want to do, but it's that simple. And to
And
be
fresh.
honest, you don't have to harvest it. I live in a cold climate and I can harvest thyme in the dead of winter under the snow. You lift off the snow, you cut a piece off, and you rinse it off and put it in your pot. It
Yeah,
doesn't
mine's
it
still
doesn't
going fine.
stop growing.
But I mean, hell, I didn't know. I ain't gonna lie to you. I did not know it was that goddamn easy. And fresh rosemary tastes like nothing you've ever tasted in your life.
On
I
a
didn't know
lamb
what
chop,
rosemary tastes like.
put that on a lamb chop with some butter.
Ooh, ooh. That's what I'm
Mm.
talking about. I mean,
That
you,
tastes
you just don't know. I thought I knew what rosemary tastes like. I had no idea. Rosemary has a completely different taste when yours is fresh. Some people say that about a lot of things, but in gardening, I've learned that some things just taste like it do at the grocery store.
some
Rosemary ain't
things.
one of them. Some
Yeah,
things,
some
yeah.
things. And by the
Yeah.
time you get it from the store, it's not as fresh. They've been keeping it fresh and propping it up and putting it in the cooler, and there's but fresh rosemary, and that's antifungal, antimicrobial. That's like one of the most powerful herbs you can grow. Rosemary
Which
and
one? Oh yeah.
rosemary. Rosemary's
I don't like
antifungal and antimicrobial.
oregano. I don't.
Oregano, I take the drops. I'm telling you, if you're catching a little cold like today, I'm gonna just take a whole dropper down my tongue. That's gonna burn it all out.
So okay, speaking of that though, what are your top 5 herbs everybody should be growing? And just
Um,
your opinion. Just your opinion.
in my opinion, any kind of thyme. I just started growing also lemon thyme and regular thyme. You can't
Ooh.
mess it up. It's so cold tolerant and drought tolerant that you really can't mess it up. And you don't have to grow it from seed, because I realize now it takes a long time to germinate some of these herbs. Go to the nursery, buy them, and plant them, and you're pretty much good to go. I'm here in Toronto and I have had the same bush of thyme for 5 years, and I don't
Really?
cover it up. So can you imagine, those of you in the warmer climates,
Well,
oregano and rosemary I would grow. You don't like oregano? There's also I think onions. I consider onions and scallions and chives kind of like a herb, because you can also use them for sicknesses, and it gives you some healing properties, because you can put that in garlic with garlic and honey and make a cough syrup. So you can kind of put onions and chives in an herb category. And I would probably say lately I've been trying marjoram and savory. It's like a thyme, but not quite the same. A different taste, but it's very flavorful and it's very good. Marjoram and savory.
I don't think I've ever tasted those.
It's
So what
probably
do you do
mixed
with
in
it?
your Italian seasoning. I mix it all together with my thyme and make like Italian seasoning. And then I'm
Ooh,
mixing it with my chicken feet as well, because it's good for them.
that sounds good.
Yeah. So I'm giving them that as a natural dewormer and a natural antibiotic as a
All right,
prevention.
all right. I keep hearing about mucilin. Mucilin? What do you know about that? Should I get
Mucilin?
some of them,
Is
please?
that a
Mucilin?
plant?
Yeah.
You mean mullen? Are you talking about mullen?
Oh yeah, mullet. My bad. My bad. My bad.
I don't have mullen here. I'm trying to find it. From what I understand, it's excellent for respiratory. Now I can't find it, so I've been using camphor oil over here to inhale.
Camphor.
Camphor oil, CAMPHOR. It's from I know it from my mom, because it's like an old time people's thing. And she used to have camphor oil in her medicine cabinet. And I would mix it with olive oil and put it on my chest. We didn't use Vicks. We used camphor oil. Can I find it now? You cannot find it at our local pharmacy anymore. They don't carry it.
Well, in the South, we used to
They
eat
don't carry it.
big paper rub.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
You can eat it.
So we used that and it worked and it would sink in deep and clear up your chest, no problem. So
I don't.
that's what I would recommend.
And the
And
reason
mint,
I
I
asked
think
you,
your mints, I think mints are good. Any kind of mint that you want. Doesn't
oh
matter.
Lord have
Mint
mercy.
has a lot of healing properties as well.
I got so much mint, Lord have mercy. But I
Just
just feel
dry
like
it. Go ahead.
no, I just use it fresh. I just make
I love
fresh
it
teas
fresh.
out of it, or I chew it.
I love it
But
fresh.
I mean, it's
And
just
you can
so many.
put mint in your drinks. Do you
Oh,
muddle it and then put your
huh?
liquor on top of it?
I don't drink that much liquor. I mean, I put it in my tea. If I got some fresh, I put it in, some lemonade or something like that. I mean,
Yeah,
just to
lemonade
ingest it.
tastes real good. And even watermelon juice.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my god. And I put a little tip of limoncello in there. That was
I've ate so
nice.
much watermelon. I don't want no more watermelon next year. I'm over
You do.
watermelon for this year.
Nope. Keep
Oh.
drinking it. That's good for your cells. Don't ever get tired of watermelon.
No.
That's
I'm talking
structured.
about
That's
for the
structured
for the year.
water. Oh, for the year, yeah, but don't ever
Yeah.
stop. That's structured water. That's the most pure water you can ever get from a
I don't know.
watermelon.
It's so many herbs, and I see people growing 20 different herbs, and I'm like, realistically,
Hey, 10.
how good is that? I mean, just every herb can be super powerful. Let's start there. And
Every herb
depending on
has
what
its
you
own.
need,
Herbs overlap. This is what I have a book. I have this book here. The one that Renaissance told us to buy, the Herbally Yours. It's on Azure Standard for like $5. Herbally Yours. And while I bought that one, I got this one, which is the tea book. Hold on. So it's 20,000 Secrets of Tea. So what I realized with reading about the herbs, a lot of their characteristics overlap. They overlap each other. So you don't have to have every herb, but you have to figure out what grows well in your grow zone with the least amount of interference as possible. That's what I'm working on. My time is fine. I don't want to have to babysit the plant, water the plant, nothing. I don't water my time. I don't
huh?
fertilize it. I don't water my time. I don't fertilize it. It's in the ground and it does its own thing. I don't do
No,
any that kind of maintenance on my outdoor herbs. My lavender
I
does
might
its own thing.
I might do that today. I got my time in a grow bag, but I got a wine berry that's supposed to be my herb bed. I think I'm gonna take I'm scared to move that rosemary. I ain't gonna lie. I've killed so
Don't
much
I know. Leave the
rosemary.
rosemary alone. Leave your rosemary alone. They're very delicate. Don't move the rosemary.
But the time you say will grow,
I've
I
had
don't
mine
know.
in the ground for 5 years, and I
But did you
have not done
transplant it?
anything to it. I've given people cuttings from the thyme. I don't do anything with my thyme. I don't even water it. The rain waters it. The snow waters it. I don't touch it. That's what you want. When you start touching it, you start messing it up and making it worse. I leave it alone. My lavender, I leave it alone.
I don't like lavender. Lavender
Well,
got a weird
the bees
smell to
love
me.
it. The
Yeah,
bees
the
love
bees
it.
do love it. Yeah.
The bees love it. The chickens kind of love it, but they like the lilac bush better. They love lilac bush. Oh my god. And the lavender I use for aromatherapy. It does help with
Yeah.
sleep. It does help with what did my what flavor? Yeah, lavender is good for sleeping. It's good for aromatherapy, and it has other healing. Let me look it up. Hold on. Let me tell you. Hold on.
Hey,
Let me
look,
open.
I'm gonna take. I
Go
secret
ahead.
for everybody in your comments about sleep. You know the best way to get some sleep? Do some work first. I feel like
Turn off the blue light.
I've I've never I've never got home from work and like, man, I just can't go to sleep. Some people lay around all day and then talking about they can't sleep at night. You don't sleep all day, basically. Ain't a popular
Lazy.
opinion. Get up, break a sweat, do something, and your body knows when it's tired. If you ain't did nothing all day, your body don't know it's tired. Your body think you supposed to do something. It's waiting on you to do some work before it get ready to go sleep for the night. And I'm not talking about nobody, but I'm just trying to help you out. If you're having problems sleeping, do some work.
Some people have too much computer time and it's affecting their circadian rhythm. Too much blue light, which I mentioned a few weeks back. It does affect your sleep pattern. And we're always on devices. I'm trying to find something on lavender. Give me a second in this book, but I find the glossary is not very clear where to find stuff. 59. Nope, that's not it. 59, 63. Because lavender has
Just
some
like
good
I'm out
stuff.
here.
I haven't used it thoroughly, but I dry it. I keep the seeds on occasion. The butterflies love it, which is good for me. And it doesn't take over. It's not invasive. It's not invasive. 1 second here. Someone sending me a message.
Hey, Urban, I
Oh,
follow you on Instagram. I'll be watching your posts that you send out. I don't want
I
you to
think
think that nobody pay attention. I watch them all.
no. I know, guys. I see you sometimes. I can see who watched the reels. It shows you. I'm not finding anything in here because this book is. You have to know where to look sometimes. But lavender is good for you. I'm not saying grow it. If you don't like it, don't grow it. But if you can find a complementary herb that also grows in your area easily and you like it, especially for tea. Oh, it says here quickly, lavender helps with vomiting on one page. Throat inflammation, which I have throat inflammation right now, but it also mentions for throat, marshmallow and thyme and bilberry. So the same herbs, that's what I'm saying. They have multiple, they overlap each other. So if it's not one, you can find another one that does the same thing. And thyme is under a lot of these categories. Thyme helps with respiratory illnesses. It's under the salmonella category. It's under ringworm. Used to use
Really?
thyme. Sinus congestion, thyme is on the list. Like sometimes you don't need 50 million herbs. Now, I'm doing the herb challenge to kind of challenge myself and to expose myself to other herbs because all I know is the same 3 and 5 herbs. So I want to open up my, my senses to other tastes and other flavors, but you don't need to grow 50 million. You really don't. You just need to find what you need help in with your health. For me, it's definitely sinus and respiratory. I got people in my family with respiratory problems, and I always have a sinus infection. So those are the herbs that I'm more prone to grow, which is why I have oregano, I have thyme, and I have a lot of mint because I like mint tea. Ginger and turmeric I consider them are herbs. So if you have ginger and turmeric and you're in a zone that you can grow it, I would definitely be growing ginger and turmeric for sure.
Yeah, I got to grow some ginger and turmeric. I've never grown it before. I got to figure out when you plant it.
I know what's his name. Grow Family. They make their own tablets. They bought the capsules and they dry their turmeric, they grind it up, and they make their own capsules.
Oh, I'll watch them.
His wife, his wife was making capsules like last year. I don't watch them often, but I'm over there sometimes. But yeah, they make capsules.
Oh no, I didn't. What? Go ahead.
Oh, Sam says lavender is supposed to keep flies away from the house. I think you're right because I had to make a lavender oil spray with all kind of sandalwood and peppermint, and I made a spray with the oils, and it helped. But I need more than that because the flies are all over the place.
So it sounds like to me, for me, just the herbs I need for me is rosemary, thyme, ginger, and turmeric.
Mm-hmm.
I
really feel like I got narcolepsy because as soon as I sit, I'm sleepy.
I have allergies real bad.
Mm-hmm.
I refuse to take allergy medicine, and I have sinus issues, which I refuse to take medicine for. I don't like taking medicine, period. So I need something else that might help.
If you have sinus infections, I don't say you have to grow oregano, but definitely get oregano oil. It tastes disgusting. I'm not going to say it tastes good, but if you take it, and then you take a shot of like a juice that you like, then you can tolerate it. It has helped me tremendously with sinus infections. It helps you drain out extra mucus, and it helps with that immensely, immensely. But it tastes like garbage. Hey,
Well,
Cato Family Farm, and
I don't know.
anybody I
I get
missed.
some. I might grow some oregano. I got to get some oregano seeds, and I'm gonna get some more thyme.
Hmm.
I'm gonna grow some more. I got a good bush going, but I don't know. I need more
And
oregano, thyme,
sorry,
rosemary.
lavender. Miss Shirley saying put them in sachets. I think it helps keep mice away too. I know they're
What
used
does?
for lavender. I believe that they put them certain herbs in like those sachets, and they put them around the perimeter in their home, and it keeps um cockroaches and mice away. 'Cause they don't like the smell.
Really? Lavender?
Yeah, I read up on that, but I can't tell you exactly where I found it. But people are using that instead of chemicals. So they clean their home with lavender. Like I have a lavender cleaning spray, and you wash your baseboards and stuff with the lavender because it keeps the bugs away. And then they put sachets
Man,
in the closets and in certain corners, and it keeps the bugs away without having to use Raid and all those chemicals in your home. So it has other uses besides, you know.
and I got to figure out which
So.
ones I can start planting now.
Yeah, because they like the cooler weather, that's for sure. Because my herbs are doing okay, but the frost is what's the problem. I gotta get them in the garage. Warm drinks help with your throat, definitely, but it's only a quick fix. You gotta keep drinking continuously. I'm telling you, it's kind of gone now. I'm feeling congested again, so it's gonna go. It's gonna pass. I took
And
2
look,
black seed oil tablets, and I'm gonna take some garlic and ginger. I'm gonna eat a whole clove of garlic. Don't worry, it'll be gone. I'm gonna sweat it all out. Hey, Regenerative Wayne, good to see you.
now something else
Oh,
that'll help you early.
basil. Someone said basil, bro. Grow basil. Basil is excellent too.
You mean basil?
Basil.
Basil?
Basil.
Urban. Something else is good. Oranges, dude.
Oranges?
Yes, I have an orange tree in Urban. You got to get an orange tree, man. Come on.
I had one in the house that died, the calamundin. I don't know what went wrong. And honestly, the leaves are more powerful than the fruit if you want them for medicinal purposes. The
I
leaves
keep
are good
hearing
for
that.
tea. I'm telling you, any tree, not just sour sap leaves, citrus leaves, moringa leaves, all of those things are more powerful than any fruit that they grow. Never mind the fruit is also powerful, but more powerful. All the chlorophyll and all the stuff is in the leaves. So you keep those leaves and you dry them and you make tea. Oh,
I think
Wayne's
we got.
saying he grows ginger, turmeric for my medicine and to put in my foods. This year, I will grow it aquaponically in air pots for the first time. Okay, we're gonna have to see that because I have
I don't.
ginger outside. It's probably dying. I got to harvest it. It died and it came back to life. So I might get like 3 little things of ginger. But if you can do it aeroponically, well, for me it'll be hydro. That would help because I would love to grow more ginger and
Man, we
turmeric
got.
in a cool climate.
We got to normalize that stuff, man. Having fruit trees. Everybody talk about how healthy fruit is, but don't nobody want to put a goddamn tree in the ground or in a pot or something. I mean, come on. If you eat fresh fruit, fresh vegetables, and your herbs, and then you go to Chick-fil-A on Tuesday and Popeyes on Wednesday. Oh, that ain't what we were going. My bad. My
Yeah,
bad.
you mean you? You mean your food diet? Yeah, what you do?
But I'm just saying, we
I
got to
don't know how you're
normalize
so
it.
slim and you eat like all this stuff.
I'm slim. I'm
You
super
look
active.
slim.
My wife said I got ADHD. I can't
You're
be
not fat.
still.
I know you're not fat.
No, I know. I'm 160 pounds. Yeah,
So yeah,
I move a lot.
yeah, because you don't put on like with all the Chick-fil-A you be eating in the drive-through, you haven't put on any weight.
No, like since we've been on this live, I've been walking around this whole yard doing stuff. So I don't know. If I
You
sit
don't
in,
sit around. You don't sit around. Hey, Renaissance and hey, Tactical.
yeah,
You snuck in there.
1 hour sitting down, dude, it drive me crazy. I feel like it's something I could be doing,
Yeah, you're
which
like,
ain't always a good thing.
that's good. No, my sister's that way, and I do. It comes in handy. Like people who have a mind to work and they're not idle. Like you, very productive. You're
No, no, no. No, you use work very loosely. I don't want to go to work now. I don't do no overtime.
I don't mean
But I'm
working
just
for
saying.
somebody else, but you are working. You're working for
Oh
yourself.
yeah,
You're doing your garden, and it doesn't feel like work because it's yours. It's what you do on your own terms, but it's still work. You're not sitting down idle. You're not
yeah.
watching the football game. You're doing something that's gonna give something back to you. And some people don't have that mindset. They really don't have. Oh, I'm bored. Oh, I'm bored. You're always bored. Go find something to do.
You know what really helped me with that? Being poor. When you don't have any money, you have to work a whole lot harder to get the things that everybody else got. You know what I mean?
You ain't lying.
So
You
me
ain't
being
lying.
poor my whole life, cutting grass and all that jobs and stuff like that, it helps with that. I'm just saying.
You ain't lying. Because that's what we have to
Oh,
do. That goes, go find something to do because we don't have nothing here to help you. Go find something to do.
and
And
look,
we
we
did.
was talking about those figs earlier
Mm-hmm.
when you were saying how they were growing. All right, I'm gonna try to turn the camera. I want to show you something.
Okay.
Is that's cool? Wrong one. Wait.
You turn it off. You gotta rotate it.
Here we go. Okay. All right, can you see that?
And see, yours looks like it has some vertical limbs. Mine is all the way horizontal.
Look, this is what I'm talking about. All right, you see that one? That's vertical growth.
Mm-hmm.
Now this one is just growing out to the sides. It has one vertical limb, but everything else is going out to the side.
And that's
Now,
normal?
I'm not saying it's normal. I'm just saying I see it all the time. This one has no vertical growth. All these limbs just going to the side.
When I
But
say vertical, I don't mean like literally, but it's moving up. Mine are all like going east to west.
all mine look different. That's vertical. That's going out to the side, out to the side. I don't know, dude. If it produce fruit and it hang outside of the pot, I'm good with it. Oh boy.
I
You know
don't
what I
know.
mean?
I'm not because the thing with it is that I have one tree and I don't want to mess up the one tree before I get a chance to air layer it. So I don't know. Maybe I'll have to cut off one of the limbs and put it in a cup like GT and try to root that one separately. Maybe I can get
Or
a second tree.
everything should be on sale where you live at now. Irv, go back up there
Sale
and
where? I
talk to
have
the
to order
man.
online and go get it shipped to me.
Huh?
No sale over here. There's no sale over here.
What?
No sale.
It's
If there's
about
a
to be
sale,
zero.
you gotta drive 3 hours to go find the damn nursery to go buy the tree and bring them back here. And then the trees that I
Oh, that's
really
dope.
want, they will not ship them because they ship them in 1 gallon pots. They're pickup only, which is fine. I'm gonna have to make a special trip to the nursery and just buy like I want my persimmons and I'm looking for some pawpaw, but I'll have to go and pick
Ooh,
them up.
I hope my papa make it. Oh,
So because they love the cold, so I can grow pawpaw here no problem. So I'm looking
yeah,
forward to trying one.
I don't know, Urban. You don't have a Lowe's in Canada?
They don't sell the trees that you guys have. I got my pear tree from there. They have cherries and they have apple. And they had what's that tree called? They had some ginger and turmeric. They call it something else, but it's really turmeric. It's like a flower, but it's a turmeric. But they don't sell like citrus. They had one citrus tree, but it was it's not the same. You guys have way more variety and way more sales. Way more than we do.
Yeah, that's right.
And maybe it's also the area. If I go to an area that's more near people who farm or who like have bigger lots of land, then they might have better options with trees. So I'm going to try going to other Lowe's that are further out.
And that's the
But it's
thing too now.
expensive.
where I live at, chickens and farm animals and garden, it's the norm. So
Hmm.
they know if they get fruit trees and any gardening stuff, it's gonna sell. And
That's
you might be
right.
right on that. It's probably the
I
area.
have to go further out and find people where the demographic is more into like trees and farming. Because over here, people just want to get their annuals and they want to get their, that foolery. I don't care about foolery. I want food. All my pots, even in the front, have food. My front pots are decorated with kale and cauliflower. That's what I grow as food, and then I harvest it at the end of the season before the snow. No
Yeah,
more.
cause we got.
Maybe I put some petunias here and there. You know what I realized? They lied to me. They lied to me. I've been buying sweet potato vines and using them as decoration, and they told
Yeah,
me that it will not grow potatoes. So the other day, I ripped them out. I cut them down to nothing, and I ripped them out the pot with my canna lilies. Why do I have 4 potatoes?
what you mean? In the pot?
Yeah,
Yeah, they should. Yeah, they will grow sweet
they
potato. Who
told me
told
they
you that?
weren't the same as slips from like it's not gonna grow. But they lied to me. So I'm like, okay, they're just decorative, some kind of different breed of the vines. It's not sweet potato. No, it's sweet potato vines. It's literally the same thing. So
Yeah,
I have 4 potatoes.
I
So
don't
I
know
ripped
what.
them
First
out,
off,
and
congratulations,
I'm gonna eat them.
congratulations. Well,
So they
why
tell
we
you that
don't?
some things are decorative and they're really the actual plant. Like they lie.
I
They
don't know,
don't want you to
dude.
know that it's food.
People are crazy, man. I don't know how else to put that. Some of these, I'm gonna tell you what really make me mad. All these, it's bad on Instagram. It ain't that bad on YouTube because YouTube will check people. But Instagram got all these people that telling you about garden, but they don't even have a garden. I go back and look at somebody's channel. And I'm gonna call somebody out, the chocolate botanist on Instagram. Oh
Oh,
my
let me look
God.
them up. Let me look them up. Never heard of them.
All he talks about, and he got a big following. All he talks about is people doing things wrong in their garden and what they should be doing. I messaged him not. I put in one of the comments, "Do you have a garden?" He said yes, but he's got like 200 videos. I've never seen a garden. I've never seen him grow anything. Please stop listening to these people.
Oh, I see
Please
him.
stop.
Okay.
All these
He's
people do
followed
is
by
knock
8
other people.
people that I know. It says he's followed by 8 people that I know.
I ain't one of them. I can tell you that.
Botanist, plantaneer, dreadhead, plant daddy.
Yes. And I'm
Okay.
gonna tell you something else. On classes I've taken about gardening, a lot of the experts, they don't have a garden. I can listen to how they talk and know they don't have a garden. But they could tell you, don't get me wrong, they could tell you the soil biology and the scientific information, which is good information. But when it comes to just growing stuff in the yard, they have no idea. No idea.
They're book
So
smart. They don't have no practical
no, they
experience, which
don't.
is I see one video. Is that his garden or somebody else's garden he's showing?
I guarantee it's somebody else's.
Let me turn this down for that copyright.
Oh yeah.
That's a nursery. No, that's a nursery. That's too immaculate.
But
That's a
but he
nursery. Yeah.
all he does is talk about other people gardening, what you need to do. And man, shut up. If you ain't doing what I'm doing, don't tell me how to do it.
That's how I feel on this platform as well. I told you that. I don't want to hear you tell me how to grow no damn lettuce. You grew it once in your whole life.
Now YouTube ain't that bad, but Instagram, that guy that got the real uh cool video edits and stuff, and he's
Yeah.
telling you how to grow tomatoes in a coconut shell and stupid stuff like that. Them people on Instagram, they wouldn't get that far on YouTube. They would not. They would eat them up in the
Yeah, because
comments.
people are gonna want to see their garden.
Yeah, but a little
Okay.
15-second video, man, shut up.
Let me follow him for a minute so I can check him out so I can find it and then I'll decide if I want to actually follow him. But before I forget, Renaissance Grandma said peppermint satchels definitely keep bugs away, spiders, fleas, roaches, etc. Hey
Really?
everybody in the bushes. Yeah, it does.
Okay. Okay.
And if you add the oils to your cleaning, well, don't add it to chemicals, but you make your own cleaning products with like the peppermint oil and you wipe your baseboards, you You wipe stuff around your house, that scent will keep those things away. I know mice don't like cedar balls, so I buy sometimes cedar balls for the closets, and you put them in spaces
Mothballs?
where no cedar. They're
I've never heard
mothballs,
of
but they're made of cedar. It's the
it.
wood
Ah,
ones.
okay.
They don't like mothballs either, but that smells so ugh. And I hate that when people put mothballs in their food cabinets and then they give you a cookie. When I was a young kid and the old ladies would give you a cookie and it tasted like mothballs. And you're
I
like,
put moth.
yum. And you're lying because your mom's looking at you like, if you say nothing about the cookie, I'm gonna pinch you. And I have to be like, yum, thank you. Meanwhile, I'm like,
I put every beginning of every year. I put mothballs along the row of my fence in my yard to keep snakes and stuff out.
hey Robin.
I don't know if it worked. I ain't seen no snake, but as soon as I say that, I see a snake next year.
Well, it works for other things. I know the mice don't like it. I know they don't like the certain bugs don't like the Irish Spring. It does work, but I find that the smell for me was just it's too strong. It was too much. I had to switch to some essential oils. I was smelling ivory soap all in the chicken. It was just like, man, it's too much damn ivory soap. It was annoying.
Mothballs like that. As soon as you come outside, I can smell them everywhere.
Well, my house right now smells like cannabis because I harvested it. I thought I had 3 frosts. I harvested it thinking it would be more toned down. To think the whole house smell of cannabis. I like, don't let the police come over here. I'm gonna be in a problem. Allegedly.
Huh?
But it's legal.
I got
don't
so
have to
many
worry.
questions, but come on.
No, I use it for
Come on.
tea. I don't use it. I'm gonna make tinctures. I know some
Oh,
people
that's
use
right. I
it.
remember that.
I don't smoke.
I'm look-
You know,
no. There's nothing wrong with it.
no, nothing
I,
wrong with it,
I,
but I don't feel the need to smoke it. I just use it for
yeah.
oils. It's good for joint pain,
Yes,
tea as well.
yes. And all these people taking oxycodone and knocking people who smoke marijuana. You are crazy. That oxycodone is tearing your body down.
Tearing it up.
My goodness.
Trying to catch up
Maybe
with the
everybody
chat.
should smoke. But I'm gonna tell you, Urban, this has nothing to do with nothing we talking about.
Okay,
But
no
I just
problem.
noticed, and we always talking about fruit tree. Dude, if you stay in my climate and you said that it don't get that hot down here, you are right. Because we've had 3 consecutive frosts. And do you know my apple trees haven't lost their leaves? They are still
Oh,
super green. That's why
they
I don't
love
get
it.
no apple. They don't get cold enough to get no apple. That is crazy.
You need a certain
Everything
amount
that
of chill hours, and you don't have enough of it. Yeah, unfortunately. That's why for me, I'm okay to grow apples. I can grow any kind of apple I want over here.
I can't.
So
That is crazy. Everything has dropped its leaf. Okay, except for the cherry trees and the apple trees. And that's why I don't get cherries and apples. That's crazy. I just paid attention to that. 3 consecutive frosts. Everything else dropped the leaves except these crazy plants. Oh, have mercy. I'd be wasting money early.
they'll be fine. Trees,
I'd be,
I find that the trees can become climatized to your zone, even though it's not traditionally your zone. But you can't go too far to the extreme. Like I can't be growing citrus over here outside. That would be ridiculous. I would have to have a greenhouse. Have to have a that what you call it, the one that you call walla something.
I know what you're talking about. It's a lean-to wall greenhouse.
Yeah, but I call it in ground like geothermal. I call it geothermal,
Oh,
but some
geothermal.
people call it something else.
No, that is not what I was thinking. No.
And it's
I
like
can balance it out.
you dig into the ground deep, and your greenhouse is not at the same level as the ground. It's deeper, and the heat
Oh,
from
yeah.
the ground comes up and it heats the space. Walla something you guys call it. I heard a name yesterday. Anyways, geothermal. I would have to
I know
do
what you're
that.
talking about.
I see some people doing that. Hey, Vision. I see some people doing that in a cold climate, and they can grow a lot of food without having so much external heat. And then they put like tanks of water in IBC totes, and that helps conduct the heat, the natural geothermal heat. So you don't have to have a powered. Hey, she said, did I see you? And Miss D, if I missed you. So you don't have to use actual external heat if you're using the Earth's energy to your advantage. That's the thing. So I don't want to do that here. I want to do that on a piece of land that's mine, where I'm putting that investment, not I'm going to move from here and I have all this technology. I have to take it with me. It doesn't make sense. So I'm kind of holding off on planting anything in the ground because I want to take it with me. That's what I'm working on. I don't want to
Yeah.
have waste my time in that. That's it. Wallapini. Thank you. Yeah, that's what it is. Regenerative Wayne mentioned it. Look into that, guys. Look into what it is and what it does, because there are individuals. There's one lady on Instagram. I don't know if you watch her too. Broke. She lives off grid in Arizona, I think it is,
Oh
or New
yeah.
Mexico.
Yeah. I know the
Her
light skinned lady with the dreadlock.
Yeah, with from Atlanta. She has a wall. It's not finished, but she's doing a wallapini, and that will help with her. She's in the mountains, so it's freezing cold up there. Her to grow more food year round in that kind of greenhouse without having to rely on external energy or external infrastructure. Using the earth's energy to work for you, work with you, and that's the way we got to do it.
And then mine ain't even that deep, man. I just got to pay the guy to put an electrical outlet in my greenhouse, dude. I'm just that lazy. I don't want. I think they tried to charge me $1,800. I was like, no, but that's all I need, dude. I got the greenhouse heat and everything.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't want to pay for the light bill to put it in here. So if it get too cold, I just cover mine up in the greenhouse. The only
Well, I
reason I
think
use it,
that's better, right? A double layer. If you put a double, layer on it in the
yeah,
greenhouse, and that's gonna keep it fine.
because we've been down to 29 already, and
Mm-hmm.
all I did was just close the doors and the windows, and everything looked fresh as a daisy in here. So
That's how it
I'm
works.
I'm thinking 25 degrees is the only time I need to even put some painter's cloth on top of them, but they
Thank you,
thugging it
Donna.
out. Even my papaya. Look.
Let me see
Speaking
your
of things,
papaya.
I have 2 papayas. Oh my
You have
god.
a lot of trees, man. Like you have a lot. Like I can't keep track, but you have a lot of trees.
I got that's the only thing I'm worried about. Dude, I just want to have a papaya tree. I feel like that'd be so exotic in Georgia to have a papaya tree.
Do you have a peach tree? Because you in Georgia, right? You have peaches.
Man, that's a must, Urban. What are you talking about? I got 2 of them.
I'm making sure.
That's a must.
I had a peach tree. I had to return it to Costco. It died, and I returned it on the last day. So I have to look for another peach tree. I had a oh, I
I
forgot the
don't
name.
I don't know what the ones that are good for you, but I know for me down here is Red Globe and Red Haven and
That's it. I had
Bella
a Red
Georgia.
Haven. I had Red Haven peach tree, and
I
it
think
can
it's too
do good
cold for
here.
that there.
No, they told me it can handle my zone because we got a
Yeah.
peach orchard over here in Ontario. We grow peaches like nothing. Ontario peaches are
Okay.
nice. Yeah,
Okay.
but I have to find the right. You're right. The right breed that can take -10 or 20 Celsius because it ain't gonna be cute over here.
Yeah,
Um,
you got to talk to your local extension office, Urban. See what they recommend.
I don't even know where I've been calling. I just look on Google Schmoogle, but yeah. Or I ask farmers. I look what they're growing in their yard, in their farm. Like I'm nosy. I'll be like, "What are you growing over there? What's that? What's that?" And they tell you,
Oh
and they
yeah.
give you little tips because they push beyond what the books will tell you,
And
which is
then
what you want.
and every tree is different. I got a buddy that has citrus. He leaves outside year round, and it lives every year for the last 3 years, just outside, taking 16 degrees. I don't know why, but it worked.
Has
So
he air layered that one?
no,
You need to get an air layer for that tree then, because that's
you
been
don't think
climatized.
Urban, you don't think I'm looking and waiting? I'm just
Wait,
waiting for the
what?
conversation to
You
start.
just tiptoe. You just tiptoe over there in the dark of night. Clip, clip.
Oh no. Urban, this is a buddy of mine. I can't do that. No, no.
That
No,
man
and that
that I told you that handyman came to my house, reversed what he did, and was whatever. And he had no problem being so rude. So you, as his friend, can go over there and clip 2 limbs off and go put it in a pot and get some roots.
no, this is my guy. This is where I get my chicken manure
Oh,
from.
chicken manure.
I can't mess that relationship up.
You need him more than he needs you, right?
A whole lot more. A whole lot more. Look, he makes me homemade wine. He cans and preserves, so he send me preserves and stuff like that. Look, dude, I'm seeing if he wants some strawberry plants here. I got a bunch of strawberry plants. I'm trying to barter some of these plants with them.
That's good. The people are that's really good. People are canning and stuff. Let me see. She said that her lime tree. Hold on. Her lime
It's
and
just
orange are in my kitchen right now. Okay. What zone are you in? She said.
in the
I think
kitchen.
I can't wait to get the chicken manure like ready to use because I haven't had the 6 month leave yet. But I'm putting the manure back into the chicken run. I'm not putting it in the compost for them to break it down themselves over winter. And then in the
Yeah,
spring, I'm going to put that in the beds. I can't wait to see what that does with my plants. Cannot wait to see what that does.
I do. To me, it's awesome, dude. It's the best to me. The best.
I think
Uh,
so.
I can actually see the difference in my plants. Some fertilizer I give, I can't really see the difference. I ain't gonna lie.
Hmm.
That's why I think any granular fertilizer that's organic, it's all the same. I don't care what the ratio is. It is all the same. The only thing I see the difference is rabbit manure I've gotten from people and chicken manure. That's the only
Yeah,
thing I've seen move the needle.
rabbit poop, and yeah, you're definitely correct. You're definitely correct. There's something about using natural resources. I don't know the science behind it, but it's more bioavailable to your soil. I don't have to spend as much time doing anything. It just you put it in there, you drop the seed, and you're seeing the results. I've used, all-purpose granule. I've used I had bone meal for the first time, but I didn't use it yet. I'm going to test it out in a few pots of the same plant and see if it does anything. But, you know, the fish stuff, the gardening compost and the leaves, to me, build my soil faster and better. The amount of worms I have in those containers, they've literally chewed holes through my grow bags. They're full of holes. I'm gonna have to get some kind of iron-on patch to fix the grow bags because they're full of holes. The roly
Yeah,
polies and the worms are all in there doing their job.
yeah, that 511 without a doubt. I mean, that 511 some good stuff. So I don't know. I just gotta wait for my plants to snap back from the cold, from the
Hmm.
freeze, and then I'm gonna fertilize them again. But yeah, everything looking horrible. Look like they hung over, been drinking all night or something. It's wow.
The frost is not nice, and it burns the leaves. All my stuff is burnt. Immediately
Yeah,
turns yellow and brown. They're burnt up.
but
But
what didn't burn was the broccoli and the collards.
they
They
love it.
burned.
They're gonna be sweeter. They're gonna be sweeter. Have you had kale after the first few frosts?
Lord have mercy, yes. Wow.
Sweet. Well, not sweet
Curly
like candy
kale.
bar, but it's sweeter. Yeah.
I can't talk about all kale, but I know this curly kale for me. Lord have mercy, Jesus Christ. This thing is delicious. Look, speaking
Do
of
you do
curly
do you
kale,
go lacinato kale?
just curly.
I like lacinato now. I like curly too, but I find the bugs were hiding in the crevices. But maybe I gotta get over that.
Huh? Dude, I ain't washed mine. I don't care.
Curly, yeah, I like the blue curly kale. I have the white and green one from Baker Creek. It's called Casper kale. That one I didn't plant this year. I'm gonna plant that again next year.
And
I should have got the seeds. I should have
the
planted it this
dinosaur
year.
kale look weird to me. I ain't
I
gonna lie.
like it. It looks like I don't know. It looks pretty to me. It looks like a I don't know, like a filler plant. You put some things in front of it as a good filler in the landscape. I love the way that looks. So I'm gonna
And
grow
dude,
more of that. And the spinach in the wintertime is sweeter as well. Oh, that's
it
thick
it
and lush.
it looked great after the frost, man. This kale took no damage, not one leaf.
Mm. It makes it taste better, and it's better, no bugs. So we have all of our brassicas in the garden all winter. I might cover them with some fleece and some plastic, but we are harvesting kale all in January.
Yeah,
There's no excuse. You can grow, those of you who are in like my zone, like Miss Shirley, like, Ohio, Detroit, Buffalo kind of ring, you can grow, if you had planted your kales and your spinaches and your mustards by a certain date and they were established, they can last all winter long. Your
and that
olive
kale made
tree,
through the
I don't know
summer.
what you're doing with that vision. I don't know what you're doing with your olive tree. We gotta do some. We gotta do some research on the olive tree. I've never seen an olive tree nor tried to grow an olive
Yeah,
tree.
they grow them. I mean, well, they sell them at Lowe's every day. Olive tree. I don't know what it is about olive
I've
trees, but
never had an interest in growing olives, but he has. He's got to figure that out. I don't know. I didn't know he was
yeah,
saying it's so like intensive. You got to harvest it. You got to this. You got to that. Then you got. Nah, man.
I saw
Oh, I'm sorry
somebody
about your
making olive
needs. She
oil.
said. I love olive oil and I like olives, but I've never been interested in, you know,
Oh yeah.
when yeah, his kale's yep, kale is doing great. If you plant your garden, your fall garden, and you leave it, you're fine. You're fine. You can get food all fall, all winter. I have 3 cabbages still outside. If you plant them late enough and you cover them with the mesh so that they can't get those cabbage worms and hopefully no aphids. But then again, the aphids are gonna die off, so you're good. You can have a lot. You want olive oil. Yeah, olive oil is powerful. Oh, Miss Linda, well, she's in a hot climate. Vision's in Ohio, so I don't know how that's gonna work. I don't know how that's gonna work. Hey, Darren. But I'm telling you, the brassicas. So those of you, oh, you can't grow in a. Yes, you can. Find the crops that work for you. No, you're not going to be growing oranges over here in the winter, but you can grow your brassicas, and they're going to taste better, and there's less bugs. Yes, you got to go out and harvest in the snow, maybe. But if you play your cards right and you cover it with fleece and plastic, the snow actually acts as an insulation. It's when you let it touch your plants, that's when it does the frostbite. So if you keep that protective layer between certain plants and the snow, it's like an igloo. It's going to be nice and insulated and have a perfect climate underneath the snow. If you start to learn how to work with what's happening in nature and stop fighting against it, you'll be more ahead. Don't
And
fight against it.
I
Go ahead,
always
brother.
say that if I stayed in zone 5 or 6, man, I would invest in a polytunnel, man. I
Yeah,
think that's invaluable. Living in zone 4, 5, and 6, dude, just get a high tunnel and just put a heater in there and go for what you know.
that's all you got to do. That's all you got to do. There's nothing stopping you, just preparing and getting things set up. And if you're growing the right plants in the first place, you're not growing things that cannot handle a frost or a freeze or snow, then you're fine. Grow what's going to work for the temperatures. Stop fighting so much, and unless you're going to buy a heated greenhouse, which is going to cost money to heat, if you have the
It's
money,
worth
go
it
right
though.
ahead. Hmm?
It's worth it though. It's worth it.
It
If
depends
we,
on what kind of energy you're using. If you're using energy that you can like solar or something else, fine. But am I going to be going with my propane tanks and tank and heating up stuff? And nah. But there's one guy I watched. I haven't watched him in a while. I forgot his name. Abundance something, or I don't know his name. Plant Abundance, is that his name?
I've heard of that. Yeah.
This guy. He was growing I don't know what zone he's in, but anyways, he has a greenhouse or some kind of greenhouse, and he has this kind of pool, a spa pool thingy, and then he puts that in the greenhouse, and then, as I said, the radiant heat from the water heats the greenhouse, so he's not
Mm.
using like a heater per se, and then he goes into that pool in the wintertime as like a sauna or like a whirlpool. I don't know, for like some healing thing, whatever. And then he has some other stuff that he uses the energy from the earth to heat the greenhouse, but he's not sitting there plugging in all these different things. It costs too much money. That means your kale's going to cost you like $5 a pound. It's
But
got to make sense.
that's a lot of work too, man.
It is
Do all that stuff.
to save the energy cost. So, do you mind paying the energy? If you don't care, then go right ahead. But the way how it's going up, the everything's going up now. Inflation's ridiculous. The gas, the propane to buy, if you have a kerosene, I don't know what you're going to use, but you're going to have to pay somehow. Is it going to be worth it to grow the food and the energy? You got to do your own math. Do your own math.
Certain things now, I'm cheap as all cheap can be, but there's certain things I just don't care about price. Food,
Mhm.
I gotta eat. I don't care how much food costs. I never. That is not my thing. Electricity. We have electricity for the house. I don't care how much electricity costs. If I got a $500 bill, in the mail. I just ask them, can I make payments on it? But I'm not gonna trip on food and electricity. Them two things I would never trip about the price. They're just necessities.
They're necessities, but how much do you want to spend on something?
Nothing. Zero. I don't want to spend nothing on
So,
nothing.
so you being broke farmer, there must be some kind of cap of, okay, if it goes beyond this price, we got to find something else. This is just too ridiculous. But you
Nah,
don't care when it comes to food. Those are
no.
your
Yeah.
children.
I'm at no point am I gonna. All right. Couple things I like. Mangoes. I can't grow mangoes here. So if I go to the grocery store and get a mango, I don't even look at the price of mango because that's one of my favorite things and it's good for me. I would never look at the price of mango. I find one I want, I just buy the mango. I mean, I'm something super expensive that I shouldn't buy, but I love it. Pomegranate juice. Now they lie about how good it is for your body, of course, but I love the taste of that pomegranate drink.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like $10, $12 for, I think it's a 1 gallon or something like that, or less, half a gallon.
I used to buy it, but I make my own now because I have the cold press juicer, and I made my own. Man,
It's good.
it
It's
was
good.
it
Oh
was
my
it
god.
was way better. It's annoying
And
to
that,
have to like cut into it, and you have to bang out the little whatever you call it, the seeds.
yeah.
But I don't even take out all. I put some of the skin in the juicer because it'll separate it for me. But it tastes way better doing it on your own, which is what I ended up doing. And I buy I have a case of mangoes right now. You can blame Jegs for that. I'm buying it by the case. But they're not sweet. They don't pick them ripe, so you don't get that same enjoyment. But I do use it
Yeah.
for like smoothies. I'll use it for, a mango salad, that sweet and salty kind of savory salad. But it's not the same. That by all no means is it the same. Maybe yours are better because they're from the south, but ours tastes like
I don't know.
terrible.
I don't have any point of comparison because I've never eaten a fresh mango off the tree. You know what I mean?
But are yours from Florida? Is your produce that you get from Florida?
I don't look. I don't
Because
look.
most likely you're getting them picked better because it's traveling less distance, so you're getting a
You're
better
probably right.
quality. I'm getting the crap like that was picked extra early and trucked
Ooh.
across, and it tastes like it's not ripe, it's not fit, it just doesn't taste good at all, and it has to ripen
And
on your countertop.
and that's why I got 6 pomegranate trees. So
Hmm.
eventually I can make my own. I got 3 different varieties. I know probably 2 of them gonna die for sure. So once I find that one that likes it here, we up to
Hmm.
the race. I ain't buying no goddamn pom drink no more.
No, that's $12 for a bottle of juice is not really what I want to be doing. But I hear you. Like
Yeah.
some things you'll spend the money on because you enjoy it. I just want to make sure in the long run that whatever I'm growing here, if push comes to shove and there's no electrical connection, can I still sustain these plants? Because if I'm doing all that I'm doing and it's contingent upon me having power, I'm
But
missing a key component in my quote unquote prepping gardening experience or whatever.
and I understand where you're coming from. I really do. And that's a smart way
Take
to
care,
think.
vision. Mhm.
But 47 years I've been on this earth, I've never been without power. So I mean for short stints, you know what I mean, power outages. But besides that, no. And these power
Oh,
outages, I'm
we've
talking about,
had power outages over here. We've had ice storms when the ice storm came and the power lines were all yeah, that we've had that here.
and
We've had
when I say power
tornadoes.
outage, I mean 2, 3 hours.
No,
Uh-uh.
2, 3 days, sometimes a week.
No, I haven't dealt with it.
So yeah,
Before.
so because of that, it's like, yeah, you can go. I can go 2 hours. I can go maybe even a day. Anything beyond that, oh, if you use a small Vivor diesel heater that sips fuel and it runs on biofuel too. I have 3 very cheap to run. Use 12 volt lithium battery attached to a 100-watt solar panel.
What?
Okay, that sounds interesting.
Wait.
Hold on.
It's sip.
How do I tab in StreamYard? It gives you to pin where you left. Hold on. Some kind of new feature that you can pin. Oh Lord, I don't even know what I'm doing. Let me just.
So it's it's a heater that uses fuel and biofuel and a 12-volt battery, and you got to attach it to a solar panel. Or maybe I'm not comprehending exactly what he's saying.
I think there's
What is
two. I'm seeing two separate things. I'm seeing the Vivor diesel heater that sips fuel and it runs on biofuel too. Period. And then he has three very cheap. I don't know what.
Wait, you got a heater that run on lithium batteries? Oh my! Wait, Wayne, wait now. I've been looking for
That's
one of
what I'm
these.
saying. That could work.
Where do you get this heater with lithium battery?
I'm on my phone. Hold on. He has another comment. Hold on. Let me scroll down. I try to factor if the expense will continue to give me. Yeah, like I have to factor it in because. Okay, hold on. He said something else here. Let's go back down. You can heat a high tunnel for very little cost now using the method I described above. The sun gives you all the free power you need in conjunction with the Vivor diesel heater SIP fuel. Let me look up this thing on Amazon. Hold on. Because
Okay,
that might be good.
I don't know about that. I want the one with the 12-volt battery.
Well, either. Both of them sound good to me. Vivor. Okay, it's first thing that came up. Vivo diesel heater. Vivor. Okay, it says here, let me read the specs. It says here for me, $210. And they have one for $195 and one for, depending on the size and the wattage, 170, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So it says here 12-volt diesel air heater, muffler, 8 kilowatts diesel air heater with remote control and LCD thermostat monitor for car, trucks, motor home, boats, and bus. So that, let me read the specs, go down. Let me see here. It says here, let me see the actual specs. So, okay, so it says here 12 volts to warm your whole winter. The heater diesel heats up fast and eliminates the windows frost quickly. Due to the low fuel and power consumption, it is suitable for longer operation time. You can install this parking heater 12-volt diesel anywhere in your vehicle and efficiently operate it via remote control or LCD panel. Our diesel heater van is very handy morning companion for any diesel vehicle and is ideal for indoor use. Rapid heating and low noise. It says here, heating even at negative 40 degrees Celsius. Noise is also effectively reduced through blower speed and oil, something about oil pump. I'm scrolling down here. Our diesel heater is extremely energy savings with low fuel consumption. Besides, the fuel pump's injection frequency and intake air amount are accurately controlled by ECU to extend the service life. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. So they use it for trucks. Sorry, go ahead.
So is it one that just use the 12-volt battery?
I'm gonna look up that one separately unless he wrote something else. Hold on. Hey, Howie, I guess he came back. Let me see. Hold on. I'm gonna screenshot that after. Okay, hold on. Here, this is what he's saying. You attach the lithium battery to power the Vivor heater, and it runs on diesel fuel and biofuel. So that's the part I'm lost at, Mike. Maybe I'm. You attach the lithium battery to power the Vivor heater. Oh, so it's not plug-in? Okay, so it's not a plug-in. It's not a you have to run it. I guess that I think you have to, like, when you have a gas stove, it has to like ignite the flame, or like something has to happen. Even though it's a gas stove, you have to, like, there's an ignition component that's electrical. Maybe there's something like that has to kind of initiate it to start running. And then it runs off of diesel after that. So the battery's not really being used to run it.
A dumb question here. What is biofuel?
I, as far as I'm concerned, biofuel is. Hey, Darren, let me see you though for a second. If you don't want to stay on camera, it's fine. Let me see. It's you. Okay, cool. You don't have to. You can turn it off if you want. You don't have to keep it on if you don't want. But I wanted to make sure because there's trolls in these streets.
Oh, okay. I just came on for a quick second. What you're talking about is called a bunk heater.
Yeah.
It's yeah. The power supply is the battery. The heat is coming from the diesel itself. I have I drive a truck. I have one
Yeah.
right under my bed. Right under my bed, it's powered by the battery I guess that ignites the diesel, and that's why it man, that thing is like it gets so hot in there, it's like hellfire. So I mean, that's what it is. That's what y'all are talking
I've
about.
been looking for like propane or kerosene heater, but this sounds like what I need to be doing instead of the kerosene. I have an old time one from my parents, but I was looking for a new way to heat in an emergency. So this seems to be what I need to be getting.
Yeah,
No,
Kerosene.
I'm
and
looking for a battery one. I need
ask
one
him
that's 100% battery powered. That's what I need.
ask
But
him
that won't give you a
ask him
long.
about
That won't give you a long running time, though. You won't get a long broke. That won't give you a long running time. There's no way you're gonna get
No,
good running time with only battery,
I just
in my
need through the
opinion.
night. I don't, I don't,
That's
I
8 hours.
don't,
Is that 8 hours?
yes, that's
I
all I
don't think
need.
you're gonna get. I don't think you're gonna get
And
8 hours of good running time with a battery. I
on the
don't.
lowest setting.
No, I don't think so. I don't think so.
Now what?
my
No, 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 no,
my
no, no, no. I'm talking about like a lawnmower battery, a battery like that.
Yeah, like my snowblower battery that let me down. I won't take a charge now. They let you down. I'm telling you, the batteries let you down.
no
I, I,
my other
no,
Go
I
ahead,
gotta
go
go.
Darren.
ahead.
Sorry, we're cutting you off.
My other question is, he said biodiesel. Is he talking about the stuff where you can make diesel from old chicken grease and stuff like old fried grease? If that's the case, that would
I'm
be
not
that
sure.
would be freaking awesome, because you could go
I'm
you
not
could
sure what
go
he's doing over
out.
there, but he's doing something over there.
Yeah, because you could go out to like one of these restaurants, the grease and oil that they throw away, and
You mean Chick-fil-A?
have someone, yeah, have someone
Like
teach you how to either get the oil.
the Chick-fil-A grease?
Yeah,
Ooh,
but
ooh.
but you could change the way to do it. But let me go. My boss lady's calling. I just
No
wanted to
problem.
chime in
Thank you
for a
for
quick second.
explaining. Thank you for explaining.
Uh,
Miss
Hey,
D
Urban, I
saying,
gotta
uh,
go too. I only got 9% battery life,
okay,
so
yeah,
I
I
gotta
know.
go.
I went longer than I should have gone today. But go ahead.
And
Let's close it
I
off.
enjoyed it as always. Your lives are always awesome. Appreciate you.
Thank you. Appreciate you too. Are you going live tomorrow?
Yes, ma'am.
Because did you go live last week? I think you didn't go live last
Uh,
week. Is
no,
it every other Sunday or is it every Sunday or whenever you feel like it?
every every other Sunday, every other Monday.
Yeah, every other Monday. I have
Yeah,
to
I need to
rewatch
rest.
your Monday live because it's past my bedtime. So I watched like the first bit. And I'm like, I was gone. That was
I
gone.
see.
So I
And
had
look,
to watch the replay.
I do interviews on Monday now. If you are interested in it, I got 2 people for the next 2 Mondays. That's a
Mondays.
month. And then if you interested, just hit me up and let me know.
Okay. I'll have to plan a date when I can stay up late. Because
That's
I got to take a nap first. Because I tell you, it's
what
past
I
my
was gonna say.
bedtime.
Take a nap first,
I got to take a nap.
and then come on
Okay.
in.
Okay, I'll let you know.
All right then. Be easy.
Let me just read the rest of the chat and then I'll close it. So Miss D saying Appeal Produce has hit her local store and it looks like plastic toys. That's been coming. It's been here for a minute. I haven't seen it when I've been shopping because I go to like some of the Asian markets, but I know the mainstream stores have had it on cucumbers and apples. All I can tell you is peel your produce. I don't know what other solution there is because you can't wash it off. So you're gonna have to peel your produce. Um for Broke Farmer, Wayne is saying the 12 volts to power the unit. I plug it into my solar generators to power it. and he makes his own biofuel. So he doesn't use, but you can use diesel. And from what I understand, diesel's not that expensive. Okay. I'm gonna have to get over there. I don't think I've been watching all your content. I was there for I think I saw you, was it on Broke Farmer? I think I saw you there. So I checked you out. Wally World has propane heaters in the camping. I was looking at propane, and then the lady was in there with me replacing hers, and she said to me the burn is not very efficient, especially if you have to put it on a high setting. If you're, we're in extreme cold, she lives in a trailer. So she wasn't too happy with the performance of the heater in extremely cold, which where we are, temperatures. So she goes through a lot of propane. So she wasn't really too impressed with that. So I'm trying to find other solutions that are a little bit easier. Biofuel, any fuel that is derived from biomass. That's a plant, algae material. Yes, I was thinking of basically I know people make it from like animal dung and stuff. That's what I know it to be. But yeah. No, it doesn't run off the battery. It's if it's not an electric heater. So the battery, I guess, is what gives it the power to start, and then the diesel is what makes it run, I think. I don't know, but something like that. Hey GT Junior, I make my own fuel from old, I think you mean grease, I get from the restaurants and strain it. Well, he always at Chick-fil-A and the other chicken place, so bro can get some chicken grease for that. 1 second. Oh, you're not late, GT. I'm going way beyond time, so let me just read the rest of the chat. Hey Jegs, I'm gonna close it off. Urban, do you have, yes, daylight savings time, the clock's going back an hour, which is another irritating factor. Because right now I'm up at about 6:30, which is when Can't Stop Walking Mowing is doing his morning lives. So by that time, I go outside and turn on the light for the chickens. I don't stress them to lay eggs, but there's really no light on. There's no sunlight. So I have to give them some light to kind of, feel like, okay, they're waking up. And I put it on at 7 a.m. That means 7 a.m. is now really 6 a.m. So that messes up my whole schedule. It just, in terms of the daylight hours, it affects when you have to get up to get the lights on for them because it's all jacked up. So I'm not too happy with that. It's just stupid now. Propane is expensive. That's what I was thinking as well. I'm trying to find something, and I hope you guys don't mind me just hopping from like 50 million different topics, but this is how, it is sometimes. You want something that's more affordable to buy for the long haul. And propane is not, I have propane from the barbecue, but my propane that I use for my barbecue, it's a charcoal. So I put on the propane to ignite it and to start the cooking process. But once the charcoal is burning, I turn off the propane and it's purely charcoal. So my tank can last me a lot longer than most people because mine's a dual charcoal propane. I'm not running the propane the whole time for cooking. So that's, in terms of the heater now, I'm going to look into diesel. Making your own biofuel though has to be the new way because we got to cut some costs somewhere. But yeah, I got to well, I think either way, I'm not sure how it's going to affect my lives next week. I think I'm going to still be like, 9 a.m. ish, but it may affect my lives because 8:30, I may go a little earlier because if the sun's rising earlier over here because the clock has changed, that means it's getting dark over here. Not at 6:30, it's getting dark at 5:30. That means I got to get out on the road earlier to get my stuff done, especially if it's requiring daylight hours and errands and gardening. And I'm still haven't cleaned up all my garden, guys. It's a hot mess. So it might affect it, but maybe not. And I'm trying to find another day to go like a shorter live, not 9, 10, 2, not 3 hours. So like a 1 hour midweek pop-up live. As I said, to kind of, do some more content, get myself on the other platforms and my other, Instagram is fine, but my TikTok is not really being cared for. I need to get back over there. I need to go live on TikTok and Instagram, and my Facebook needs to really be monitored. So yeah. So let me figure out how that's gonna work, because it's gonna affect the my feeding schedule for the animals, and I gotta feed them the heavier food. I usually feed them at 4:30, so they can be done by 6. That heavier food to keep them warm through the night. That's gonna affect a whole bunch of stuff. It's just really annoying. That's why, anyways, farmers didn't really like it. Wayne is saying I could heat a greenhouse with Vivor heater for free and with diesel for cheap. So you could heat a greenhouse with Vivor heaters attached to a thermostat. I think that's going to be something I'm going to have to look into, because I don't need much heat and I could grow a few more things if I cover my 3 raised beds with some kind of structure. And yeah, that could be an option. And from what Darren was saying, that can be used for like off gridding, like you're in a truck or RV. That could be used to, off grid heater. So it's like a 2-for-1. That sounds very interesting. Okay, take care, Bayou. Thank you for popping in. But guys, I'm done. I'm going to boil the kettle and get some tea, because you can hear my throat's been cracking up all morning. I'm trying to fight whatever's trying to jump on me, and nope, we're not getting sick. I'm going to take some more pills, oregano oil, and get myself together. Thank you for popping in. Tonight is the chat, I believe. Yeah, because it's not the last week. The chat. Baroque is going live tomorrow at 3 o'clock Eastern time. I think he's in a different zone, but Eastern time for me, 3:15. Mondays, My Fly Family. Friday was Gina versus Gina. I was late, but I watched in the replay. They had a game. I don't know what was going on there. I see them talking about Usher and Chili. I'm watching it, so I'm going to rewatch the rest of it today. Thursdays, Shirley OG, Planter Garden. Wednesdays, Erica My Fly Family. Tuesday, I don't remember where I am on Tuesdays. I think Vision's on Tuesdays as well. 6 a.m. I'm on Can't Stop Walking most mornings, as long as I'm up. It's hard to get up in the dark though, man, but he's up Monday to Friday. Anyways, type in hashtag urban, drop your link. Thank you for joining me. I'll let it run for about a few minutes, but I'm out, and you can drop your link so people can find you. I think it's on Nikki's channel, so drop your link, Nikki, so people can find the chat at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And be kind to yourself and be kind to others. Take care.